Hello and welcome. Here's the virtual Brickyard here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's Speedway, Indiana. Tonight it is the second annual Brickyard Bash for the Legends Racing Network and our third special event of the year. Welcome in. I'm Aaron Brown, joined alongside my co-commentator and producer tonight of Talon Drake. And tonight we sit it along for 80 laps here in the street stocks to see who will win at the fabled Brickyard here in Speedway, Indiana. So, going into tonight, what's your thoughts going into the night, Talon?
Yeah, it should be a very, very interesting race. About mid to 20 cars here tonight, so it should be a pretty big field. So, no one will be going home in qualifying, but it's still going to be very important as track position. It seems like in the test races we've done and in the practice session so far tonight has been pretty important, but hasn't been the end-all be-all. So, you can still make some moves, but track position will definitely help your chances at becoming a Brickyard Bash winner.
Yeah, and especially we saw last year, track position was definitely important. And also, track position is not just important from run rise and just being able to kind of stay up front and just kind of have a little bit of control. It's also just trying to stay out of the wrecks. Last year we saw a lot of different incidents very early on, a lot of hard racing very early that ended up causing a lot of incidents, and we only really had about probably 7 cars really racing with full undamaged cars at the end of the race last year. So now this year, hopefully we'll have a little bit more. These drivers have been a lot more cleaner here in the practice session. But last year definitely was a struggle with a lot of those drivers getting in incidents and getting involved in a lot of wrecks. So tonight's just gonna be make sure you stay clean, but you also gotta make sure you want that track position by the end of the race. That's gonna be important as well.
Yeah, speaking of last year, we'll take a quick look at our highlights as well from last year's Brickyard Bash. As you see the opening lap right there. Eric Keeter leading us to the green, side by side with him and Michael Rosero.
Yeah, this is last year, very start of the race. You see Mike Rosero already went way up the racetrack very early, but a lot of chaotic start. This is going to be what we'll see on every restart tonight, just like last year. And a lot of three-wide action all over the pack.
Yeah, a lot of three-wide.
Everywhere.
Track temp was way, way cooler last year. Obviously, you see the fog. I think it was around 70-degree track temp. Right now, currently, it's about mid to lower 90 track temp, and I'm sure it'll get hotter and hotter throughout the day as this race is starting at noon in May, so I'm sure it'll get hotter throughout the day as well. You see the opening lap right there. Quickly single file for the first few drivers, but back behind the top 5, it's been pretty much chaos on the opening lap there last year.
And we're going to see very similar ways how these drivers are going to race. You see, you get single file pretty quickly, and that's how it happened. Eric Heater ended up leading the first lap for qualifying on pole last year. We'll see if he can back that up. He also ended up getting the win last year. So we'll see that pop up here in the highlights in just a little bit. But now we jump forward a little bit in that race, as now we see 3-wide action pretty much the entire field. A lot of jostling for position up front. We saw a lot of drivers make a little bit of contact, a lot of door banging. We'll see a lot of that tonight as well. These cars very stable. You can use each other up as much as you need to. You gotta be careful though. You don't want to end up hooking anybody, but you can beat each other up pretty easily. As you see, it's just the runs you get off the corner very easily. As you see, 3 wide here last year, right at the lead. It's this early in the race here on lap number 7, and that just showed you how early these drivers were, how willingly these drivers were getting aggressive this early into the race. And we'll probably see that happen again. This early, as everyone wants to try and battle for that lead. Has to have fun. It's definitely a lot of fun, flat out draft racing, kind of like Daytona, Talladega, and a street stock in Indy. I mean, one of the most unique combos. We'll see that all night long, see it battling all over the place. And these drivers they did not want to give an inch last year, and it ended up leading to a lot of incidents. A lot of incidents out there on the racetrack, and that's what happens. You see already here in the highlights, you saw a lot of drivers already out of the race at this point, this early. As you jump forward a little bit to lap number 10, as now they kind of double file it back out, but you can get some 3-wide moves as well. As you just kind of see, this is just how it's going to be throughout the night. As these drivers are going to be battling for position. As you see a lot of drivers already out right there, as you had an incident come out, and you'll see another one right here as one driver almost getting sideways there. But just the battle side by side, the racing this will put on. It's gonna be a fun night.
Yeah, obviously last year I was to see a little incident right there as well, but like you mentioned, you can make contact. You can hit the outside wall a few times, you can hit each other a few times. You won't be too damaged. You also have 2 faster bursts tonight, so rely on these drivers to be pretty aggressive and make those moves as much as they want. But at least in the test races and also the practice we got tonight, there's a little bit more of an air bubble, more draft dependent. So I think we might see the field a little bit more spread. I see for 4 wide as there's a wreck in the back there. I believe that was the second caution of the night last year.
last year. Just a really a battle of attrition until we got to the end of the we had a really long run at the end. And so that all those wrecks last year kind of really eliminated the opportunity for a green flag pit stop. Now these drivers, they do not have enough fuel to go 80 laps on a tank of fuel, as 200 miles is a long way in the street stock, as it can go pretty low. You can make it easily on a one stop.
Yeah.
And it definitely is very tight. It definitely is very tough to get on and off pit road here. So those drivers will have to battle, but we'll battle with that. See how much fuel they need to take, and also tires. That could also be a big issue as well. As we'll see how that plays out. And as meanwhile, the stock car oval, so just keep in mind with that these drivers are going to have to get down the pit speed before they get past the pit wall. Usually you see in IndyCar, you see the pit entry lines inside the pit wall, pit lane, pretty much a pit entry line all the way outside, about 300 feet away from the pit wall. So drivers will have to be careful getting on and off pit road tonight. But as you see here, this was the final 2 laps, only down to 6 cars that were into the race here. As you see, Micro Zero trying to battle it out, trying to lead the field, and then you see side by side behind him 2-car tandems all the way through. As coming to the white flag, 5 cars left in this battle for the win. That just showed you how much of a battle of attrition it was. You see Eric Eater ended up winning the race as he falls back to last on the white flag.
Yeah,
before anything can happen. They had to battle it back through.
Probably the pivotal moment of that race right there. Crossover move in turn 1, moving from 5th to 3rd. As right now, currently, we're under qualifying here in the official session, but those drivers will have 4 laps, 4 average lap times there, so it'll be a little bit before we see some results. But then Heater makes a very aggressive move on Micro Zero, and a few others. There's more contact there as well.
Yeah, we saw a 3-way move, 3-wide move there, all the way down to the bottom under the white line. Early last year, Eric Heater, the move of the race, that first half of lap just gave him that opportunity to win. Mike Rosero trying to shy draft him as tough as much as he could. And it came down to who had the better pusher pretty much. It was either Hunter Terpstra or Jack Clemens. And that's what happened by the end of this race. Who had the better pusher? And then, of course, Hunter Terpstra wanted to make the move himself. Well, Jackie Clemens wanted to make the move himself as he had a big run. And that ended up giving Eric Heater just enough momentum. Boy, he squeaked out the win by half a car length over Micro Rosero. And we'll see if he can back it up along with his pole. As that ends our highlights. And now we move on to qualifying here for the Brickyard Bash.
And who will get pole position here in these 10 minutes? 4 laps in total. Big field tonight, I believe. We're looking to maybe the high 20s here tonight. I'm not sure who exactly, but there's a lot of drivers right now on the racing track.
So the first driver to start their lap will be Sean Anderson, I believe. Actually, no, will be who is Michael Potts, currently on the racetrack. Chaitanya Shawala currently on the racetrack, but Sean Anderson on his first lap here, down into turn number 2. Long laps here, over a minute for these drivers as they're flat out, just trying to keep as much momentum as they can.
Yeah, like you said, it's the best. It's your 4 average laps, so you have to do 4 laps here completely clean for your lap to count. It's the average of the 4 laps, so we won't exactly know who will be really in a good spot until 5 minutes into this qualifying session, give or take, as it's about a minute per lap, a little bit less, but it should be pretty much full throttle. As Sean Anderson looking his way through turn 4, completing his first timed lap.
Eric Heater, our pole sitter from last year, as he starts his qualifying run, his first lap into turn number 1. We'll see what Sean Anderson can do here on lap number 1. Coming across the line here for lap number 1, Sean Anderson, first lap on the board will be a 1:03.983. We'll see if he can keep that momentum up. Currently down into turn number 1, Aaron Benson, he will come into turn 1, stays above the white line, as we saw. I was watching Eric Heater as he got a ball below that yellow line. That's going to be important to see how quick you can get down below the yellow line, white line, and how stable can you keep it down there.
There you go. Look at Eric Heater, who was a pole sitter last year. Pretty much, I believe, looking back, it was pretty much a year and a day from today was the first ever Brickyard Bash. Same weekend as the real life NASCAR race here at Indianapolis as well. Happened today earlier as well. So what happens here is his first time lap at 1:03.54. Looks to be one of the quickest. Or can he maybe go back-to-back on pole positions?
Or blinks out a little bit there. Might not be good for his lap as really
really
wide,
bad.
but Eric Eater, little internet problems. We'll see. Hopefully that lap still counts. Here's Hunter Winkler. Hunter Winkler 103.81 for his first lap. Number 2,
Second lap,
103.679. Looks like the lap one time has gone away from her ticker, but it was there.
Yeah, I think just your last lap pretty much it says. But anyways, I think.
Oh, and Eric Heater disconnects. So I think he might have been having a internet issues or hardware problems. So Eric Heater
could be on pole position.
Qualifying over. So he's gonna have to work his way from the back tonight.
Yeah, I mean, not what you want, but you do have 2 fast rears, like mentioned, so you can try to make your way through the field. It'll be interesting to see what goes on as Malachi Drake his laps 3.652. As I believe some drivers may be completing their 3rd lap. Michael Potts being one of them, completing his 3rd lap. 1 more lap to go here before we see lap times here on the left side of your screen. This will pop up right now.
As we see, there's about 3 or 4 drivers down on their 4th lap. Furthest one up in front, I believe, is Moses Bravo. Moses Bravo on lap into turn number 2. It's a little high, 104.964 for lap number 3. This will probably not be a pole lap, as we saw a lot of drivers running in the mid 103. So he's running a little bit slower, but he's just trying to get a consistent run so far in the mid 104. So he did drop off a little bit there on lap number 3, but now into turn number 4 as he goes way up the racetrack. Don't know if that will be the quickest, but he will be the first, I believe, to complete all his laps. So let's get a little lift. So as it is pretty easy to go a flat out here. Just gotta be very smooth, very stable. We'll see Moses Bravo will be our first 4-lap average coming in. Bravo to the line will be a 104.702 average. That's actually crossed the line at the exact same time as Corey Rexford. Corey Rexford to the pole for now with an average of a 103.7 as the times start to flood in. Brittany Argenio, 103.572 to the top of the board. Malachi Drake will slot right behind him at pretty much the exact same time. Anybody else on lap number 4? Lap 4. As Shatanya Shawala comes in.
Alex
Go
Beach
into
in
P6,
6.
103.805. Alex Beach will slot right behind at P7.
Lap time's pretty close right now, all within pretty much a second.
Drivers just coming out of pit road, so they're not going to be able to complete all 4 laps in time.
Here comes Trey Patton. He's completing his lap. Comes Mateo.
Jared Carginolotti, 103.818 for last number 2. He'll jump into P7. Robert Healy completing his lap, but he did invalidate lap number 2, so this will be a invalid run. He's going to have to work his way from the back tonight. Jason Young completes his run. Also invalidated run as well. Now, Peter Smetana, one of the contenders last year, had a very great run in our Spring Dirt Nationals early this year, back in March.
Brayfloyd coming on pit lane.
See what Smetana can do here at the Brickyard Bash.
Brayfloyd not going to be able to complete his lap. Here's Smetana. Trey Patton coming to the line. What will he do? Can he go pole position?
Trey Patton will go P8, 103.845. Now, the good news is for Peter Smetana, lap number 1, a 103.557. Lap number 2, 103.580. Smetana with a very strong run right now.
A very strong run. Can you keep it up for these next few laps? 2 minutes time, so he has plenty of time to do so. One of the few drivers that have still in the session have a chance to complete his lap. Cooper Mathesis.
Cooper Mathias is going to spin down into turn number 3.
His lap will be invalid.
So you may just kind of give it up. He may have an invalid lap
Peter
already.
Smetana, the only driver that will be able to have a chance to complete all 4 laps. Can he go to pole position here tonight for the Brickyard Bash?
Yeah, Peter Smetana, only driver out, ready to set laps right now. No one else out on the racetrack will have enough time to complete all 4. And Smetana, we're eyes on that 25 machine. Down the long front straightaway. here on the Brickyard. He's across the yellow bricks for the third time in this qualifying. 1 lap to go. Lap 3, 1:03.601 for Peter Smetana. Is it going to be enough? It's strong. It's a very strong run. Argenio, he's currently our pole position. His laps were a 5.28, a 5.59, a 5.67, and a 6.35. So it might be a little tight for Smetana, but it's going to be very close to see who will get this pole position. Smetana down the back straightaway. Into 3, maybe slightly worse than Argenio, but can he bring it back here on lap number 4? I think if he doesn't get Argenio, I believe he will easily slot into second, and will take that outside pole down to turn number 4. Gets a really great line off turn number 4. Peter Smetana down the front straightaway for the final time. Is it going to be enough for pole? Will he go to second? Smetana to the line across the outer bricks. Smetana, last lap, 1:03.591, and will go to P2 with a 1:03.582, 100th off the pole. Brennan Argenio will be the pole sitter for a second annual Brickyard Bash.
And if history indicates well, could possibly end up in victory lane tonight.
Great qualifying effort there for Brennan Argenio. Everyone will now advance on to the main race. Only 17 be able to get 4 clean laps in there to set a full clean run. 33 drivers has registered or on the grid. I believe not all 33 are in, but we will have a lot of drivers on the grid tonight, and we'll see who will be able to fight their way up front. Eric Eater, one to watch, as he was the last year's winner. He's looking to have to work his way from the back tonight. That's qualifying wrapping up. We move into one. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Indianapolis. We'll be back for the drop of the green flag of the second annual Brickyard Bash. Welcome back here to the virtual Brickyard at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the virtual Speedway, Indiana. Tonight, it's the second annual Brickyard Bash here from the Brickyard. As we now get on the grid and get ready to go for the 200 miles here on these street stocks here at Indy. As we saw a lot of different drama in qualifying, a lot of drivers getting their lines wrong, a lot of drivers maybe scraping the wall a little bit, and it made it a very interesting qualifying. As we saw Peter Spatana at the very end of it almost steal the pole away from Brendan Argenio, but Brendan Argenio was able to take the pole. Another one to watch out for, Eric Heater, last year's pole sitter and last year's Brickyard Bash winner. He will have to start for the Mac after a technical problem in qualifying, so he will have to start in the back later. So have to work his way from the back. But now we'll getting ready to go, as these drivers do have 3 minutes to set onto the grid. As kind of going through this moment, what's kind of going through your head if you're a driver at this point right now, Talon?
I would say definitely just be calm. You know, it's going to be pretty nerve-wracking with 25, 30 drivers going to turn number 1, especially on those colder tires. You know, some of these drivers may have not had the most practice time in the draft, and full tank of fuel, fresh tires, no rubber on the track. It's going to be maybe a little bit nerve-wracking. Nerves, you know, there's a lot of money on the line. You got $160+ purse as well for the top 5 and a few others as well. But, you know, you just got to focus on what you can do and focus on what you can control in lap 1 and turn 1.
And these drivers, as we saw all the highlights last year, it's very a lot of calamity on the racetracks. Especially right now, we have 33 drivers in the session. I believe we have maybe about 28 in the session. So that will be, there's a lot of drivers going to be battling out. A lot of cars. We had a little bit more cars than last year. This will definitely be interesting. Also last year be a big battle of attrition. We had 8 cautions last year for 33 lead changes. So going to be a lot of racing. And I mean, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun out here tonight. We'll see these drivers get beaten and banging. Going to be drafted in a while. We'll see how that plays.
And yeah, pretty much full field registered here tonight, and we say 28 I think are in this session. It should be a fun one as well. And we'll take a quick look at our track temp as of now. Right now it's currently 96-degree track temp and 7-degree air temperature. It's 2 p.m. right now, and I'm sure it'll get hotter and hotter throughout the night.
At 96-degree track temp, that has been up. That they come up from qualifying. Qualifying was it was down about 93, so it has jumped up just a little bit as we are getting into about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll go up maybe just a little bit. Cloudy skies, but as you mentioned, it's definitely gonna be fun. A lot of wind though, so that will make the factor interesting as it is coming from the west. So it will be giving that pretty much a straight headwind. So turn 3 might be a little bit tricky with how that wind's going to be playing out as these drivers getting ready to roll. Space car rolling off here from the Brickyard. They make the 2. We'll have 2 long pace laps here. We'll have 2 pace laps to go through. As we'll see, I believe we did have someone blow their engine on the pace lap on the grid. The triple drivers getting a move on, but everyone's going to try and warm up their tires. As cold tires definitely will be a factor, but these drivers have plenty of time to kind of swerve, warm up their tires as much as they can. Get a little bit of heat into them to have that grip going into turn number 1. See the field of 28 go all the way through. As these drivers rolling off, let's take a look at your starting lineup for tonight's Brickyard Dash. You saw in qualifying just a little bit ago, Brendan Argenio with a 4-lap average, a 1:03.572. Will take the pole from the 12 machine. Alongside him, Peter Spatana was trying to take it away at the last possible minute, but a 1:03.582 average, 100 slower exactly over a 4-lap average. He will start in P number 2 in that 25 machine. Starting in P number 3 tonight in the number 90 machine will be Malachi Drake, and alongside him will be the 3 of Corey Rexer. Those 2 returning from last year's Brickyard Bash as well. Starting in P number 5, running our top 5, Hunter Winkler in the 17th will start in 5th. Starting in 6th will be the 7 of Aaron Benson, and starting in 7th will be Shatanya Shawala in P7 in the 8 machine. Mateo Carson Luddy into 8 will start 8th in that 13 machine. The 01 of Trey Patton will start in 9th. And running our top 10 will be the 34 of Alex Beach. Starting 11 tonight will be the 27 of Cody Lamy, and Dylan Busfield will start alongside him in 12th in that 33 machine. BJ Hare will start in 13th tonight in the 29 machine. Starting in 14th will be Jake Camaro in the 14 machine. Average of 104.190 in qualifying. So that shows you a little bit of gap between these drivers in qualifying. Starting in P number 15 tonight will be the 20 of Austin Schultz, as he'll also be a returner for tonight from that 20 machine. Starting in 16th will be Michael Potts in a 9 machine. And the last driver to set a 4-lap average qualifying time will be the 3 of Moses Bravo, who's our first driver to set an average. Eric Heater will start in 18th, as he was not able to get that average in, as he was our pole sitter and race winner of last year. We'll see. What do you have to do for that about the middle of the pack in that 28 machine? Cuba Mathias will start in 19th and 35 machine. Logan Martinez in the 24 will start in 20th and 31 of Brady Floyd. He'll start in P number 21. Kyle Dean will start in 22nd as Matthew Patton in 23rd. Noah Benson in 24th. And the 22 machine. The 51 of Vince Mitchell will start in 25th. Connor Sanders will start in 26th in the 26 machine. The 21 machine of Sean Anderson will start in P27, and 28 will be the 23 of Deontay Temple. Robert Heel will start in 29th, and running our top 30 will be the 44 of Jalen Story. Jason Young in the 5 machine will round out our last 2 rows, and we'll start our last 2 rows in the 31st position will be Jason Young, and we'll be Poplowski in the 32nd position. And running the one driver not in the session, and we'll see if he joins back later, the 2 of Alexander Diaz around our field here tonight. Our 33 car field, as we get to about 28 after a few leaving through the practice session. These drivers getting ready to go. Half a pace lap left to go before we get ready. As we're getting ready for the Brickyard Bash, 200 miles here in the street stocks. Who will be crowned the Brickyard Bash champion in 200 miles time?
I'm sure a lot of these drivers are kind of nervous right now. Nerves going through their hands and your head and down through your whole body right now. Obviously, you just gotta control what you can. It's still a long race, about an hour and a half if we go green the whole way. So I'm expecting this race to be around 2 hours. So it's a pretty long race, pretty long iRacing race. Probably the longest race we've had here. Maybe probably the Indy 500, but even then, I think it's around the same, maybe a little bit longer, 2.5. But it's still a pretty long endurance type of race. And new fast trippers, though, you can't crash that many times. You can't make too many mistakes. But here we go down the front straightaway for a front of 150,000 people on this front straightaway.
The virtual stands are fully packed. The pace car will take the hard left turn onto pit road. Brendan Eugenio, Peter Spatano will lead them back to the start zone, and green flag is in the air. We're on the way for the second annual Legends Racing Network Brickyard Bash. It's already going to crash already. Multiple cars around the 8 machine, around on the front straightaway. Early on, it looks like only 2 will be involved. Eric Heater, our last year's pole sitter, last year's winner, barely gets it, barely avoids it. But an early wreck already, as you saw a lot of fanning out already as soon as they got past the line. Let's take a look. It looks like he's going to clear himself in the turn already off the front bumper of Eric Heater. And that's going to bring out the first caution. A couple other Brady Floyd, Sean Anderson getting about a 5-car incident on lap number 1.
Yeah, a couple cars involved there. We'll see if we can see a better view. I think Heater making it 3 wide, 4 wide even actually. So kind of 2 separate incidents kind of there.
It's not a very great start already to get underway.
So right in the mid-pack right now.
It looks like we also had a stack up there, but they were able to keep it together, the 17 machine, but then Eric Heater gets himself cleared by the 8 machine there. I believe that was... there was the 9 machine on the sim. That was Michael Potts clearing himself across the nose of Eric Heater. But another thing there, the 17 machine Hunter Winkler missed a shift on the start. That caused a stack up, maybe a little bit of damage to Corey Rexford and a couple other drivers. They will also have to worry about that. Might have to worry about some damage, maybe some radiator damage. I remember when these cars first came out, it was very easy to damage the radiator. We do have to be careful. I'm not sure if that has been changed.
As if it'll catch him to the pace car here, I think it's in turn 3 and 4. I was having to catch up to the pace car here.
Yeah, all the drivers coming around and get back, caught back up to the pace car. Actually, not a missed shift there. It was a mechanical issue for Hunter Winkler. His screen went black.
Oh,
right as the start, but he died. Luckily, he's kept it straight, so he actually probably got the best out of that.
Worst possible situation for him.
So these drivers getting single file now as we're getting ready, as everyone just caught up to the pace car.
Yeah, opening lap caution here, unfortunately. These drivers. But hopefully, all will be well here.
So now Brendan Argenio, Prius Patana already got the front row start. They were able to stay away from that damage. Tanner Winkler, his screen did went black. He does request a EOL, so you'll be towards the back of the field. These drivers going to get lined back up, double file. Let's do it again. We'll stack it up again. So it'll be Argenio Smetana, Malachi Drake, Corey Rexford, Matteo Cargialotti. So a little change in the top 5 there.
As we're going to go green here, coming to lap number 5. First caution, lap 1. So quick yellow here. Hopefully we can get some green flag race in here right now.
Now, as we had a lot of quick cautions, so a lot of nerves just kind of calming down a little bit. Now these drivers back under caution. Gonna get their nerves back under control here, hopefully. As a lot of nerves started off there, getting into this long race, getting into this it's a definitely fun race, and it just can't come down just the nerves. Maybe they're just trying to be up front, trying to get a little antsy. Drivers gonna have to calm themselves down, have this opportunity to calm themselves down during this caution. So they'll catch back up, and we'll rack them back up. Hopefully we'll get a little bit cleaner start here, but we'll see how quickly they fan out like we saw last time. As this time we'll restart on lap number 5, so get through one lap as Brendan Argenio and Peter Spatano back on the front row. We'll see how long they will be able to stay up front. As we'll see once we get up to full speed, we'll definitely see a lot of slinging 3 wide moves. We'll see how that plays out. But pace car will come on the pit road once again as a couple cars catching up there. But it will be Brendan Argenio back to the restart zone as we are back underway here from the Brickyard. As Argenio will launch and get back on the lap pedal. Everyone launching out forward as no one not really getting fanned out too bad right now, but everyone's nice and clean so far here into turn number 1. As Argenio, he will clear Spatana. This will be side by side between Malachi Drake and Peter Spatana.
Side by side here through turn 1, now to the short straight to turn 2. The race leader will clears Spatana and Drake side by side. Drake has a good shove here from behind.
Side by side down the back straightaway.
The draft here, big draft here at Indianapolis. Obviously, big shove there on the inside from Drake. As Kenny clear into turn number 3, not quite. Spintana having a good job on the outside. Remember, these tires are still kind of cold. They didn't really get them warmed up quite well. But it looks like Spintana on the outside get it clear for second.
Great move from Spintana, but yeah, as you mentioned, those tires getting cold. A lot of drivers slid up the racetrack into turn number 3 as well. Also having the draft. You're by yourself in qualifying. You don't have that worry of having to stay in the draft. You have less speed, so you're easily able to hold it flat out. As now Argenio and Spintana side by side of the line. So Argenio will lead the first green flag lap there, but Spintana will fight to the bottom into turn number 1. It'll be Argenio to the top lane. Not as much help on the outside, but Malachi Drake right behind, and they have a caution out of the racetrack once again. Car around at turn number 1.
Car around in turn 1. Looks like to be the 17 of Hunter Winkler there. I think he might have blinked out there, possibly. And just got tagged there big time by, he blinked out as well, by the 3 machine. The Moses Bravo.
Yeah, Winkler was having some technical issues at the very start. Unfortunately, I think this is where it's going to bite him, and he'll be in an unfortunate situation. Catching up here to the pace car. I'm actually right here. Don't believe we'll see anyone come down pit lane other than fix damage. What happens here is we still have about 25 cars left in the race. So this will be a shortened yellow, so we will be coming back to 1 to green here. But we saw a little bit lap there, a lap under green there. This is going to be the kind of how this race is going to play out. We'll see once we get some of the wrecks out of the way.
But we'll see.
So while we get ready, and these drivers are going to come down pit road this time by, and we'll take the 1 to green. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here from Indianapolis. Welcome back here to the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So underway for our second annual Brickyard Bash, as it is Brennan Argenio on the lead with Peter Smetana, and P number 2 Malachi Drake will line up in P3 here for this restart, and P number 4 will be Christian Giletti. In P number 4 running the top 5 will be Corey Rexford. As we saw that pre-caution field so far as we did our first lap yellow, but we did get a lap and a half there, as we'll see how these drivers adapt to the new to this new restart. As we'll see Argenio and Spatano lead him back to green. So Spatano has had a lot of battling there with Argenio there in that last run, but Argenio able to fight back. Green flag back in the air. We'll see how it plays out this time. Down the front straightaway, a couple drivers already fading out towards the back of the pack, but Argenio with a great launch to the inside. So he gets help from Malachi Drake. But Spatano will slide down, try to side draft that inside the lane. The outside will have to get up to speed first. Get a couple drivers behind me, trying to look 3 wide there possibly. They'll stay side by side for second down the short chute. As into turn number 2, everyone getting up to full speed now.
Now already clear for the race lead, but still side by side for second. We've seen this story a few times already tonight. Quintana on the outside, will he be able to make that outside move once again? He did it before on the last restart. Good shove as well. Drake kind of all by himself, no help from behind. Big run on the outside line. Here comes Quintana.
Spatano looks to the top lane. Oh, look at a car around the 33. Save it, he does. The 33 machine, Dylan Birchfield, will save it around onto the access road. What a save there for that 33 machine. Will keep the caution from coming out. He'll merge back over to the racetrack, and he will be out of the draft. So he's going to have to hope for a caution later, probably. But everyone else making it clean so far. But the top 6 break away.
One driver down pit lane. Not sure who it is. I think that was maybe that's BJ Hall. He has a black flag, it looks like, on the restart. So we complete lap 1 of the restart there. Somewhat single file for the most part. I think that wreck kind of spread out the field just a little bit, or that halfway wreck there kind of spread out the field just a little bit enough. Make things a little different.
Yeah, this is a little interesting because we're seeing this field spread out a lot more right now than what we did last year. Last year we saw, even with the back of 10, 15 cars, we saw the field kind of stick together for the most part. We didn't see this much separation last year, so this is a little different, but we'll see how this, as only a couple laps into this run, everyone getting their tires warmed up, everyone getting settled in right now, so we'll see how, if they can settle in together, get back single file, push each other back up front. We'll see how well this field will merge back together, but right now, Spatano and Argenio pulling away by almost about half a second over Malachi Drake. Malachi Drake kind of even in that no man's lane right now between that top 2 and the cars behind him.
He's slowly but surely gaining, though, on this front straightaway. Just very little, though. Draft not helping out too big, as Quintana just has the fastest lap of the race last time by.
Yes, Spatano and Argenio doing great work together right now. We're a tandem drafting down the straightaways, keeping away from the rest of the field, not really making any moves right now. Everyone's single file out through the top about 15.
No, come on the wall! That's our race leader.
Argenio maybe tag the wall there off of turn number 2. That's going to allow us side by side with Peter Spatana. That's going to bring Malachi Drake back up quickly. Here comes the rest of the field, getting ready to swarm this top 3, as now that quickly tightens the field right back up.
Tightens him up big time. Here's Drake in third in tow. Corey Rex right behind him as well. Trying to work together to get up to the race leaders, and they did well. Had some help, though, from the race leaders being side by side for so long.
That shows you, though, one tiny mistake, a little bit of battling, that will drag the field right back to you. As down in the front straightaway, Peter Spatana will lead that lap with a great push from Malachi Drake. He will be fully clear into turn number 1 to block both lanes. Argenio leads the top on the outside with the help from the 13 machine. Corey actually gets a little loose behind. He'll fall off the back bumper of Malachi Drake. 14 machine goes around, gets a little help for the 35. A 35 at Cooper Mathias, as he'll slide back up the racetrack. Might get a little tag from someone else, but that will bring out our 3rd caution of the night.
Yeah, just a tag off of turn 1 and not holding the brakes at all. And hard lick, and 2 drivers involved there as well.
Yeah, Jacob Merrill gets spun out of turn number 2. Doesn't hold the brakes. One driver gets involved there. 2 drivers actually get a piece of him. So 3-car incident there.
Yeah, 3-car incident there.
So a couple drivers out of the race, as we did have 28 drivers starting the field. So We're down to 24 on the lead lap. Assuming that probably will take out a couple more.
Yeah, I think at least 2 of them may have been reset there. Most of it hasn't used a fast route. It hasn't been really a big wreck so far. Maybe the opening lap was the worst, but other than that, it's been pretty much kind of just a couple cars throughout the field. But we'll see if anybody comes on pit lane. They haven't really had anyone pit for fuel, it looks like. I think they'll have to at least make one pit stop tonight, but I think track position is just a little bit too important so far. Not here on lap number 13.
These drivers getting ready to go as we will cross the line. So I have one driver coming down pit road.
Which maybe came down pit lane, but lap down drivers, Lucky Dog will go here. Quickly, the machine.
We won't have a quick yellow here as we'll let this lap machine get by as will be Emilio Poplowski coming back around. BJ Hall did not get the Lucky Dog, so he must have got a piece of that. Jake Merrill and Austin Shutt will do DNF from the race after that one is disconnect, so that'll be 2 more drivers out of the race. But it will be so now we're down to 22 drivers on the lead lap. Well, actually, it might be 23. But Emil Poplowski will come back down to 1 lap down as usual on that first incident on lap number 1. But just to know, Eric Eater up to P7 after starting back in P18, being involved in that first lap wreck.
Yeah, I mean, also him not qualifying, obviously having to disconnect, good for him as well. So hopefully he can continue his charge and try to go back-to-back for Brickyard Dashes. We're doubling up this time by.
So double back up, but this time Smetana will be the control car.
Yep, as I think it's the first restart/starts that Smetana will be on the control car. Will be the control car here. But 15 laps in this race, we've had 3 cautions so far. Hopefully we can see some green flag racing, and most of these cautions have just been kind of just, like I mentioned, just drivers not giving each other quite enough room early on, and I think these drivers just need to give each other a little bit more room, and I think we can see some really good racing. I mean, the racing so far has been pretty good. It just hasn't been really enough time for a lot of these drivers to make their way through the field, other than maybe Eric Keeter. Also have a few, like, example as well. Cooper Matheson, Robert Keeley, Jason Young, Sean Anderson, up double digit. All those drivers up double digits from the starting position. So they made their way through the field nicely, but no one really inside the top 5 or so.
Yeah, top 5 pretty much stayed the same so far. Smetana, Argenio, Carginetti, and Malachi Drake and Corey Rexer. Those 5 have been up front. Cooper Mathias is also. Cooper Mathias really kind of like slight cause of that yellow there, as he did get a little bit of contact with Jacob Merrill. Just kind of just a racing incident. Just a lot of nerves, a lot of just kind of minor incidents. Nothing really too bad so far, like we saw last year. Last year we got some pretty questionable incidents last year, but But this so far, this has been mostly clean. A lot of just minor racing incidents, sending a couple of cars going for spins. But we'll see how these drivers get it back to underway as we'll restart with 15 laps complete as the RSC pace car will take the hard left turn onto pit road. Spitata control car this time with Argenio to his outside as we work our way down to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air here from Indy.
Through the gears these drivers go, nose to tail for the top 8 pretty much. Everyone going to shove each other in turn number 1. The inside lane for sure going to have the advantage though in the turn 1.
Yeah, a lot of drivers right on each other right there. We saw last restart, they got it spread out a little bit as Argenio had a really good launch, but this time a lot of even launches for everybody. Argenio though, he fights hard on the top lane off of turn number 2. Smetana gonna have a little bit of help, have the shorter distance of Malachi Drake. It's a little shuffling back as they're almost 3 wide. It does split out just a little bit, but down the back straightaway, it does go, the advantage goes to Smetana with help from the 90 of Malachi Drake. And Argenio on the outside, still side by side for that second place position. No help to come just yet, but watch out. Eric Keeter on the top lane, up into the top 5 after starting from the back.
Up to top 5 right now. We'll see if he stays in this top 5 position. He's right on the border edge there. Side by side here for 5th place. Is there side by side for the race lead out in second, or for second as well. Malachi Drake out of the advantage in the draft, and the push here from Corey Rexford is most of the field going to the bottom. Making some draft as well.
3 wide. 3 wide for that 5th place spot. Also 3 wide towards the back, but they sort that out very quickly. But a huge run for Malachi Drake. He'll jump to the top for the race lead on turn number 1. He'll stay side by side with Peter Smetana. Gets a little contact there. Maybe almost a little misjudgment there, but they'll save it. Great job. Trick save from Smetana Drake there. He'll single file out for the race lead, but now side by side for a second. This is going to allow him to break away a little bit.
Yeah, me, Peter Smetana, and Eric Keeter, we had a little race last night pretty much. And both those drivers were really good and competitive. So I think just a little bit more practice early on will help out. But I think throughout the race, we'll kind of see some of those drivers who didn't get as much practice throughout the week, or kind of also last year. You know, you can see a lot of the drivers who raced last year kind of up front know a little bit more about the racetrack and how to race around this 2.5-mile racetrack here in Indianapolis.
And so far, right now, as you see the kind of the drivers who've had that practice starting to pull away a little bit. Top 8 starting to get away as they're side by side. Matthias and Beach side by side. And that's kind of holding up the rest of the field right now. As the 21, Sean Anderson, trying to push Matthias forward, trying to push him forward and clear him clear and get some organization going in the second pack. But we're getting some disadvantage now for the second pack here. As Brady Floyd stuck in that. Brady Floyd, a great super speedway racer with especially NASCAR, Daytona, Talladega. It's definitely be a strong suit you're trying to see up front, but he did get in that first lap incident pretty badly damaged. He had to catch all the way back up, so he's also a driver trying to work his way from the back.
Oh man, that was close. So 3 wide behind us for around 14th behind Brady Floyd. As there's Trey Patton as well, pushing his way up through the field. And also battle for the race up front. More contact for on back 3 wide once again. Drivers being pretty aggressive here early on this opening restart, but the front pack, they're being aggressive as well. Battle for the race lead here continues.
Yeah, they can get a little bit sorted out there in that second pack, at least for the top 3 or 4 cars. Those 3 or 4 can definitely break away right now as the front pack is getting heated up. 3 wide for the top 5 spot, but now it's a 2-car tandem for both lanes on the inside and outside. Inside led by Argenio, outside led by Smetana. Smetana will take the lap lead. He will have the edge out in turn number 1, but now Argenio with the shorter distance on the inside will pull alongside, dead even off of turn number 1.
Side by side for the race lead and for second, as well as Corey Rexford clears for 5th behind them. Here comes Heater. He's kind of just stuck in that 5th and 6th place positions. We'll see what he can do, but still side by side for the race lead and for second. Who will have a big advantage down the back straight. It looks like Spintana. A little side draft though. There is a side draft, and these street stocks are actually very, very strong.
Now caution out again. 1 car hardly inside wall off of turn number 2 is the 33 machine of Dylan Birchfield. Heavy damage to the left front as we saw the second pack just had a lot of battling. They just got sorted out what we thought, and there's a couple are starting to gain up, but a big wreck there. It looks like a couple also getting involved down into turn number 3, so kind of a secondary incident there. The 21, Sean Anderson, going around.
Couple 2 wrecks there. Looks like a hard hit to the inside. Don't know if that was the cause of the caution exactly, but actually I think I'm drifting back up the racetrack. But back here just contacting Trey Patton at the outside wall, and also a few drivers further on back wrecked as well. So there's a bunch of different kind of wrecks here. Driver to the grass, and looks like little clip there.
Unless I send it just exactly the same of what happened last time.
Oh, that was a hard
Now,
hit.
Birchfield was trying to avoid that kind of a gaggle there, as we saw a little bit wobbly. It looks like he just got tapped on the right rear and got sent around. And that will bring out the caution, as he will try and limp this all the way back around. He's currently going on full pace. Well, what attempts to be full pace on the front straightaway here, but he'll try to work his way back around. He'll have plenty of time here, so we'll full caution here, but this time it will be 60 to go, so it will make it interesting. We'll see if anyone comes down pit road for tires, because tires will. It is easily flat out, but tires could be a factor if you get, especially even if it is flat out. Tires do become a factor depending on how much you slide them, how often you slide them. The grip will just slowly go away, and you will get four-wheel slides so it will be tougher to kind of manage and build those runs. So tires will play a factor. We'll see if anyone takes the tires here. This caution, as we're now a quarter way through this race. Smetana will take that opportunity. He will come down pit road. No one else will follow in the top
Because we got
group.
wreck in the back. BJ Hall rounds.
BJ Hall, one lap down. He wanted to get his lap back. Looks like he got run over by the 27. That was the 27 got in the back of Birchfield for that to cause that yellow. It looks like Jason Young contact with BJ Hall there.
Right now, Peter Smetana down pit lane. 4 tire stops. Looks like Brady Floyd down pit lane as well. Looks like Smetana might be fueling up as well. And also a thing right now, I mean, if you are a Brady Floyd, maybe taking fuel right now could help you later in the run, because if you have a green flag pit stop or even a pit stop in the yellow as well, could help. It's coming to 1 to green this time by about 60 laps ago, like you said. So 4 cautions in 20 laps, about a caution every 5 laps. I mean, we've had 2 kind of longer green flag runs, but you kind of tell that there's really 2 different packs of speed here. The top 8 or 10 or so definitely seem to have a little bit more speed than the rest of the field. We'll see if that will change here as less drivers throughout the field as well. I think we're down to 21 on the lead lap currently. We go doubling up here on the front straightaway.
So now we're getting ready to 1 to green here, as it will be Smetana making the interesting call to come down pit road there. Maybe topping up on fuel, getting some fresh tires. We'll see how well he can work his way from the field. So now we'll see how that shakes up. Now that brings Eric Heater up to the top 4. So we saw him kind of struggling to break into that top 3 to 4. So we'll see now how well that goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least this race here this year, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Make your way through the field. Obviously, Heater made his way well, but he's only up to 4th place. It's once you're side by side, it's kind of a little bit more gridlock maybe than we saw last year in this race. But either way, I think we'll see most drivers will be able to make their way through the field overall. as here we go. He's going to pull off the pit lane. Out to go green here, coming to lap 23.
And race pace car onto pit road as we now come down to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Brendan Argenio and Malachi Drake lead them to green, as the 22 cars will get back up to full speed as a great improvement from last year, as we had a lot more DNFs last year this late into the race. So 22 cars still running, great sign of not many wrecks so far, not really detrimental wrecks, as we see everyone getting single filed back out. As a little bit of wobbling back in the back, everyone shuffling around, but keep an eye on Speeder Spatana. How quick can he move up through the field? He's definitely has the skill, the strength to get back up front. We'll see how well they'll be able to manage those new tires.
Yeah, definitely gonna be interesting to see how that plays out here. Definitely storyline we gotta look at still, as currently in 18th place, a little further on back. He's getting helped by Michael Potts right there. We'll see if he can make up his way through the field. But Malachi Drake out in front. Here comes Eric Keeter. He's moved himself up 16 spots. Robert Healy up 18. So these are the biggest two movers tonight so far. Definitely the drivers to watch out for, as they've been able to make their way through the field and through this dirty air pretty well so far. Complete lap number 1 on the restart. Could be 3 wide almost here for third.
Yeah, absolutely amazing shove from Eric here to shove Malachi Drake forward on the front back straightaway last lap. Now Argenio, he was on the losing side of that push on the back stretch. He'll take the opportunity to take the move into turn number 1. He'll stay side by side with Eric Keeter for the race lead. Both of them trying to take the lead, wants to lead the race, wants to have control of the field, but they stay side by side. And here comes Eric Keeter now with the 8 machine of Shatanya Shawala, as all down slot in line, and P number 4. Here comes the 13 as well, Carson Luddy.
As how aggressive will these drivers be to try to get to this race lead so far tonight? We've had a couple cautions every 5 or so laps. So how aggressive will they be to try to lead this race here after a few green flag laps, as we're pretty pack racing here for the top 12.
Side by side for P number 2 is now Argenio will clear, but Eric Heater now the reigning Brickyard Bash champion.
That's Sanders is gonna stop on the racetrack. No caution out for that. That 26 machine.
Connor Sanders will reset and get off the racetrack there. We'll go into pit road. It's now 3 wide, just outside the top 5. Shawala falls back a little bit. But as I was mentioning, Eric Heater, the reigning champion, had a technical problem in qualifying, had to work his way back up, and here he is out to play. Race for the lead.
I think it's Aaron Benson. Wall. Aaron Benson, more contact, blinking a little bit. No one can see him. As this guy put himself to 11th place.
Pretty far back already with a lot of right front damage. Everyone's going to scramble to avoid.
Peter Spatana, 3 wide.
Yeah, Peter Spatana struck in the back, so big damage. I mean, for the Aaron Benson, almost gets into Brady Floyd. Gonna try and cross back under. But Peter Spatana, this shows you how big the track position is.
As a top 5.
He's still stuck in the back there.
Top 5 are really broken off the field after that kind of incident in turn 1 and turn 2. Now spread out the top 10 or so. We'll see whose pack is quickest. We have a pack of 4 out front, as they're side by side. They're not content just riding around here in the Brickyard Dash.
Yeah, they want to lead this race, get some laps led right now, but down into turn number 1, it'll be Eric Heater pushing Malachi Drake. He'll push Drake clear. Drake will slide up in front of Argenio. Argenio will happy to push back forward. He's going to try and get clear of Heater into number 2. Heater with the shorter distance will get the help, but now Heater not a lot of pushing from behind, as Robert Healy not able to get onto the back bumper from Eric Heater, and now Eric Heater all alone on the bottom, without the slide in line behind Robert Healy.
Yeah, unfortunately there for Eric Keeter having the slot in line, but you can see just the stat camera how fast these guys are going. It's a little slower than a NASCAR, but you're still going 140, 150 miles per hour down that back straightaway.
Those guys kind of battle now. They single file it out. Just behind them, it is Cooper Mathias, Corey Rexford, and Trey Patton. Patton and Rexford, the Proximity Racing teammates, as you see those Proximity Racing colors on the street, on those three stock Panthers.
Maybe not. I think someone was a little sideways there. At least stay clean there off of turn 4. The side-by-side still for the race lead, as this is going to allow the second pack, maybe even the third pack to catch up here. Slowly but surely, if they work together. Obviously, the third pack being up here, Alex Beach, Peter Spatana, and Brady Floyd, as Noah Benson and Aaron Benson as well. They were up there a couple laps ago, but still, they're battling hard for the race lead here. the top 5 positions.
Yeah, keep an eye on that third pack. You have Brady Floyd, Peter Spatana, two very great guys on super speedways. So we'll see how they can work their way up. They got stuck back in the trap position, so trap position is not great for them. But now the good news for them, the 2 packs have now merged, as now Matthias, Patton, Rexford, and now Shawala are now back together. So that's going to allow some more calamity to happen in this front pack. A little bit more battling. Who's going to want to get out there, that top 3, top 2. And now up in front, it is Malachi Drake now to the race lead. He'll block to the bottom and get the help from from Eric Heater. Apologies. And now Argenio, not as much help from the outside from Carson Giletti.
But this pack is really, really racy right now. And the pack behind, I think, is gaining. They're about 1.7 seconds back from the pack. Last time by, they're about 4/10 quicker than our race leader, give or take.
And side by side, pretty much this whole second pack. And now they're going to go 3 as Eric Heater left out to dry on the bottom. Robert Healy getting help from Cooper Matthias. And that's going to shove Eric Heater all the way to the tail end of the lead pack. Not where he likes to be. He does not like to lose. As now off of turn number 3, so Eric Heater will have to work his way back up, but he has plenty of time. But Eric Heater, definitely one of these drivers with tenacity to work his way back up. He will definitely fight as hard as he can to get back up front.
Definitely, but here comes the outside lane. Corey Rexford, big shove to Malachi Drake. Drake gonna take the advantage, but I don't think he had a good enough run there. I think he may have shoved. Got a little too much sideways there from the inside line. This second pack isn't gaining any more on this front pack as they're still side by side.
And down to turn number 2, these drivers all battling hard up front. They're neither of them want to give up much right now. They all want to try and get out front, keep that trap position. Spatana trying to get pushed forward as he does have help from Alex Beach. Brady Floyd, apologies. Brady Floyd trying to bridge his way to Alex Beach and Peter Spatana, but they cannot, as he's stuck in the battle with Cody Lammy, and Benson, Aaron Benson and Noah Benson. They battle side by side. So up front, this battle is heating up as Cooper Matthias with the help to the bottom of Carjan Luddy. As Carjan Luddy down the back straightaway, they're going to go 3 wide. Is the inside, do they have enough momentum to pull forward? Yes, they do. They're going to pull 3 wide for second as they side draft Malachi Drake back.
3 wide, 2 rows deep, pretty much staggered a little bit here. Now 3 wide for third as Corey Rexford clears. Heater in the middle, Drake in the middle now. As here comes Matheson as well, at 35 machine.
Yeah, and now Rexford and Patton, they were stuck in that second pack, but now they're belt in front and a little bit of contact. Malachi Drake gonna save it.
Oh man.
Cooper Matthias, a lot of blocks going on as now Carjan Luddy goes to the bottom of the racetrack. As now that little wiggle from the middle of the pack, the top 2, Brendan Argenio, Corey Rexford, half a second breakaway.
Yeah, can they pull away? We haven't really seen anyone pull away big enough, but if you have two car tandem, is it enough to pull away depending on how far back the car is behind? About half a second. I think that might be enough, but also Peter Spatana and Alex Beach are catching here this front pack, and they're catching big time this lap.
I was about to say, don't look now. Those two are going to be closing the gap, and now that looks like there's single file out down the straightaway, at least for the Brady Floyd pack, just a little bit farther back out for 12th on back. But they single file it out. But now the front pack has a little bit of opportunity. It needs to get a little bit of forming going on as they got to stop fighting each other. Get a little bit of cooperation as now Trey Patton has bridged the gap to Corey Rexford. As now off of turn number 2, just a little bit out, but he's kind of in that no man's like we saw earlier with Malachi Drake in the very early part of the run. Shawala getting help from Cooper Matthias, but now the rest of them, Malachi Drake, Eric Heater, they have to try and sort themselves out with Robert Healy and Carson Luddy as they got to single file it out as they're starting to fall back a little bit.
Yeah, definitely right now, but the top 3 close together here in a 3-car tandem pull away, but here comes Matheson. He's going to put himself up to 4th. And Peter Spatana and Alex Beach have caught up. They're within about a second of this pack up ahead. And once you're within a second in these street stocks, I think you pretty much have a slight draft. Also, the pack behind, like you said, is single file. But could we see pit stops here coming up? These drivers have been on this fuel for about 32 laps. I know we've had about 4 cautions, so at about 12 caution laps. So green for 20 laps so far, pretty much, give or take. But, I mean, we could see green flag pit stops here if we go green for another 15 laps or so, which would be very, very interesting.
That will be interesting. We'll see how that plays out. But
So
street
long
stocks
ways
are
away.
very good fuel mileage under caution, so
Yeah.
we'll see how
We'll
long
see.
they really have to go. But they're trying to single file out. Everyone's starting to cooperate. It kind of reminds me of kind of cycling racing as homage to the Tour de France just ending today. But it kind of reminds me that you have the breakaway out front. They gotta cooperate to work together to pull away. Trying away from the rest of the field, the peloton, but the peloton's also got to work together. Everyone's got to have cooperation to chase the group down in front of them, and the strongest group wins. And that's seeing what's happening right now as the groups start to merge back together. Now, how well will they cooperate? Will they continue to cooperate together, or will they battle out, try to improve their track position? Top 8 start to pull away a little bit. As now you got Robert Healy falling off the pack, Karjan Luddy also as well, Peter Spitana, Alex Beach starting to fall a little bit off the pack, but keep in mind, as you mentioned the fuel, you did mention the fuel, but if they do have to pit, Peter Spitana,
Yeah,
they
you
would
just
go longer.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be an advantage or not, but here comes Drake to the inside. There, that's for 4th place, it looks like. And he also might be able to take less fuel on this pit stop as well.
And don't mention Peter
contact!
Spitana.
Ooh,
Oh, Eric
man.
Teeter's sideways, gonna hold on to it.
Wow, that could have been really deadly, but luckily he held on.
Yeah, great save there. But as I was about to mention, don't forget to mention Peter Spitana. He knows his way around fuel saving here at here at Indy, as we saw with the LRN Freedom 500 a little bit ago, about back in May. He did very well fuel saving in that race in the Indy car, and he ended up pulling it away. He's pretty much the only one able to make it after a lot of massive fuel saving in that final 10 laps.
Yeah,
He was able to do it.
Crazy fuel saving there.
We'll see if he can pull off a sequel to that battle, but Street Stock's much tougher to do that. But this field's really spread out now. Let's see a lot of drivers still running out of the racetrack. We do have 19 drivers running on the lead lap as Trey Patton, who's running up front in the battle for the lead, disconnects as he is now, as his internet has gone out.
Wow.
Unfortunate for Trey Patton. I hope for a yellow later and get back in quick enough to get some of his laps back. But now that will drop it to 18 drivers on the lead lap, but a lot of separation between these drivers.
It'll spread out the field just a little bit as well, as Heater kind of in no man's land. Can he catch up to this top 4?
Yeah, a lot of cooperations going on right now. No one's getting aggressive like they were. There's not a huge pack like it was. So now all the packs are really just trying to hold on. If they're not that good, they're just going to slowly bleed time away, as you mentioned with Brady Floyd, Cody Lammy, Noah Benson, Aaron Benson. They've been battling and they've just been struggling to get back. Now, Peter Spitana, he's been struggling to get back, but now he has dropped Alex Beeks and tagged along to Karjan Luddy and Robert Healy as they fell off the pack of Eric Heater. But Eric Heater and now Shawala, they're by themselves as 2 cars. I know the top 4 have pulled away.
Yeah, big gaps now. I mean, it's just not even close, but they're side by side here for 3rd. Don't want to slow each other down too much, as looks like Drake and Matheson will clear Rexford there off of 4.
And we also mentioned in practice that it is easy full throttle. I did mention it earlier. I think now we see, as you mentioned, these drivers have not yet to pit other than Peter Spitana. He does not have the draft help that he needs to be perfectly. But I think you also kind of see a part of a tire work playing a factor. How much have you been sawing out the wheel? How much have you been sliding around, trying to make blocks, trying to make aggressive moves? I think that's also being part of the play here. But you also have to have just the right draft help with other drivers with similar tires. You gotta have to play the right moves. I think that's kind of what's happening. Spitana, he's got the freshest tires for sure, but I don't think he has the group that also has those same fresh tires to be able to make enough runs to just start to close the gap down a little bit.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's just like a weird mix of Daytona and Talladega mixed with Indianapolis with a little bit of tire where you can hear these tires are squealing every single time they go through these corners. It's a sideways. You see a race leader sideways there as he takes the race lead here off of turn 4. As we have side by side here in the front pack, this could be the opportunity for the rest of the field to maybe slowly close that gap on their front leaders.
Yeah, this is what Chihuahua and Heater definitely wanted, but now at the inside, started to feel off a little bit. But now Rexford and Drake with a great 2-car tandem on the bottom. They will pull side by side. They will let Argenio slot in front, so now it's single file it back out. But Cooper Mathias back to the race lead after having some solid runs so far. Started back in P19. He now works his way up to the top of the board.
One driver off of pit lane. Looks like it'll be Trey Patton. So he should be good on fuel, so he won't have to make another pit stop, but he'll probably be, he's 3 laps down right now currently, so he'll probably get 1 of those laps back, maybe even 2. I don't know how long the pit stops will take him in these street stocks in the green. He'll probably be at 1 lap back there, so he still has a chance we get some late race cautions.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely going to be a driver to watch out for. Trey Patton now. He was very strong last year as well, but unfortunately getting caught up in incidents, getting caught up in something that he really had no control over. And he had to slowly work his way back. But we'll see if he gets that caution later. But, I mean, these drivers very spread out now. Everyone uniform.
Oh, big side
so
draft
far.
there. Oh, man. Almost some contact. There might have been some contact for the race lead, but Matheson will stay ahead. Mathis out in front here. Currently leads the 4-car pack. Heater just pretty much the same lap times, if not slower, just a 10th or so a lap. I mean, Peter Spintana, though, he's doing pretty good right here. Right now, in 7th place, he's slowly maybe catching to our race leaders side by side once again. And this could be right before the pit stops here, probably in 10 laps time. It's just so hard to guess what this fuel mileage is on these street stocks.
Yeah, not really sure. I believe it's about probably 45 laps, I would assume. But these drivers, they've had a lot of caution to work out on.
10 to 15 caution laps. So they could maybe stretch just 50 or so, maybe even.
And this is also a very, very interesting note because we do have to get on pit road. And that is definitely tough because a lot of drivers are used to the pit line for the IndyCar, which is inside the pit wall, which that's not where it is here. It's outside the pit wall.
Yeah, it's very early.
Another mention is that street stocks, they're not meant to do green flag pit stops, so the brakes aren't that very good.
The brakes are
so
very,
that's going to be very
bad.
tough to get it off pit road there as well.
Yeah, I try to warn the drivers in the drivers meeting in the warm-up session we had that maybe practice at least one time coming out pit lane just in case, because you never know. Looking at the beginning of this race, first 20 laps, me and you probably would have said, no way we have a green flag pit stop. But right now, this is a real serious conversation with how spread out this field is. I think if I was a betting person, I think we do see green flag pit stops. And another fact here, Peter Spintana is catching up to the second pack. Could we see another pack of 4 here? And could they maybe challenge to the race leaders here? They're only 2 seconds back, which is not a lot here in Indianapolis in these street stocks.
Yeah, especially in Spintana, though, he's got the fresher tires.
Yeah, he seems really good right now.
I don't think he's got the help in. And we'll see how well if they have the fresh tires to break that gap back up.
They've been catching up to this pack up ahead of 2, led by Eric Ewer, last year's winner, like we mentioned. And yeah,
don't forget to mention Spintana. He can go by himself. He can go longer, as he did pit that lap 20 caution.
He pitted 18 laps ago, so he can go at least another 20 to 25 laps that we know of. That's what we're assuming, at least.
So we'll see how that plays out for Spintana, because he won't have help. But that's the other thing. Will these drivers, how much will they spread it? Will they spread it even more?
I think they will, but the pit stops.
Through this pit stop here.
I mean, draft is the most important thing. You lose about a second or so a lap. I mean, qualifying lap times you're seeing 1:03.5s. Right now we're seeing 1:02.2. So you lose about a second a lap without the draft. But also, like you mentioned, it's about who you have as well. If you can trust your teammates as 7th place just at the fast lap of the race last time by, and that is the second pack, but they're side by side though, and they lost about a second on the leaders last time by, looks like.
Yeah, Karjan Luddy, he was working with Peter Smetana. They both tried to tandem around. Oh, Karjan Luddy sideways, holds onto it, still in the grass. As he'll hold on to it, but they were trying to tandem by Eric here in Nate Machida Shatanya Stawala, and that did not work. But meanwhile, battle for the race lead is now Cooper Mathias under attack from Brendan Eugenio.
I think Malachi, J. Corey Rexford, they don't want any side-by-side battles here. They kind of been very content. So those are the content pushing, maybe saving some fuels, going as long as you can. Right now, the two packs out here, the only packs on the straightaway, but then Alex Beach, Brady Floyd, Aaron Benson, Noah Benson, very, very far back. They'll have to go for a caution here the next 38 laps or so.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to see this spread out like this. We didn't really see this a lot last year. We'll see if those packs, if they can merge together through some pit stop strategy. Now, the thing is with street stocks, they are very, very long to refuel.
Yeah,
so you got to also manage exactly, if you can pinpoint how much fuel exactly you need, you can save a good amount of time on pit road.
Yeah, I mean, if you're banking on just trying to save fuel, I mean, 3 seconds on track is nothing in pit lane. So if you're a second quicker on pit to pit lane, that could easily be 3 seconds and with how slow these street stocks are.
Yeah, let's see how this play out, but we are past halfway. Now we're coming to 38 laps to go. No one nearly yet to come down pit road. Interesting. We'll have to see how long it takes to fuel up these cars. These cars have to fuel.
Yeah, we'll see. Some contact further on back in the second pack. They're kind of trying to work with each other, but kind of not too connected there. They're about 3 seconds back here. 3.2. We'll see. I think honestly, Peter Smetana, if he was in this back, would be a little bit quicker than, let's say, an Eric Kidder, but we'll see. Will they? Now they added 2 more cars. Will it be enough, though, to maybe catch up to this main pack?
Down the back straightaway. Now it's a 2 4-car tandems. Now it's a 3.5 second gap between these drivers. We have Robert Healy all by himself.
And Thomas on the inside of Heater. I think he knows he's a little bit quicker maybe on those fresher tires. He thinks he can lead this pack, and I think he's correct. I think this is the correct decision here. Gotta try something different. Maybe catch up to this main pack.
Yeah, I think you gotta have Smetana leading. He's got the fresher tires. He can lead. He can bring some help as Robert Healy is down pit road.
First driver in the top 10 to come down pit lane, it looks like.
And he was by himself for a little bit, so that will burn some more fuel. But if he's by himself and had to pit,
maybe he's just short.
I don't expect these leaders to be much longer.
Yeah, maybe he had a short stop, but they've been green. They've been on this tank of fuel for 44 laps. I think it'll be the next 5 laps. I think they'll have to come down pit lane because 50 laps around Indianapolis. I mean, that's a lot of miles. So we'll see though. About 125 miles on a tank of fuel, so we'll see if they're able to do so. I mean, they've been like I said, they've had about 4 cautions tonight, 12 caution laps, give or take. But really, they've been on these green flag laps only, about 32 laps. So, see, well, so the second pack catches time with Pierce Montana in front of the pack. Will they gain some time? Yes, they will. They were quicker. Not by much, but if they can keep this up and maybe the front pack battles just a couple laps, I mean, all it takes is a half a second there, half a second here and there, and they're back in this thing.
Another news, Healy's still in pit road, so I think he may have just kind of given up. We'll see how that plays out. That's a very long pit stop.
Yeah, unless he's feeling pretty much full there, but minutes is pretty long here in the street stock, which is unfortunate because if we had the caution, he was still in the top 10. He saw the chance maybe finish well, but we'll see though. 35 laps to go this time by. Front pack not as close together as they have been, so I think if this second pack really works together well, and they've had so far, and they catch this front pack, we'll see what it is this time by. This time by, the front pack runs at 102.3. Eric Keeter, Peter Spentano, they're going at 102.2. So about a tenth quicker last time by. And I think these drivers run a little bit quicker as well with this lower fuel. And with this lower fuel, the car is also going to be a little bit tighter as well. As this does out of a 22-gallon tank in this street stock. So it'll be also interesting to see, will these drivers take tires as well? I believe street stocks take tires and fuel at the same time. So I think
Robert Healy back out on the racetrack, almost 2 laps down.
Not sure, was that his pit stop there? I mean, a minute 22 pit stop. I mean,
It actually does sound about right, because it usually takes about 22 for tires, so fuel would take does fuel really slow, so it might be that long of a pit stop. These drivers might end up losing a lap on pit road. So
lap and a half. Wow. Interesting in there. 34 to go.
So really the question is, when do these drivers have to pit? We know they do have to pit. And honestly, the more now the longer they stay out here, the more question is does Matana after lap 20, well, on the lap 20 pit stop, do they have the fuel to go 60 laps? I mean,
I don't think
it might be possible.
You have to go 55 laps. So I mean, they've almost gone 55 laps or 8 laps away, but obviously we've had a few cautions. But I mean, if it was the case, if I was Spintana, I would be behind Eric Keeter trying to save fuel. So I think he knows he's not good on fuel there.
He's trying to close the gap back in. They're kind of stagnating around 4.2 seconds. Now the lead pack is going to come up to the lap car, Robert Healy. Healy was by himself at that pit stop. They still stay on the racetrack here with 33 laps to go. Everyone knows now that they got if they just stick together, they can
Healy,
work together.
Is he going to be aggressive? Oh, he's going to let these guys. I'm surprised. I mean, he's 1 lap down. He goes 2, and he will. I mean, that's a big difference if he gets a caution here right now. We still currently have around 15 or so cars. We have 16 cars total on the lead lap. So looks like another driver down pit lane. That's Brady Floyd into his pit box with 33 to go. He pitted 26 laps ago with Peter Spintana. So interesting decision here by Brady Floyd in that 20 machine or a 31 machine.
We're just trying to get away from the rest of the pack, because that pack was not great, but he doesn't want to be by himself. I mean, unless he can time this perfectly to come out with another pack.
There's Trey Patton as well up ahead. How aggressive will he be? He's a lap down. He can't afford to lose.
He's 2 laps down.
Yeah, it was 4. He can't afford to lose too many more laps. Because
as Trey Patton, he did have that internet issue as Brady Floyd coming out of pit road, so he comes down, takes tires, tops it off on fuel.
27-second pit stop. So very quick pit stop for him. What?
And also the thing is, what you need is going to be
Spintana. He'll be able to take less fuel, I believe, on his final pit stop.
Yeah, that actually, I didn't think about that until now. Yeah, that is a very good
point.
As
huge advantage.
Huge, especially with the fuel, especially with how long it takes to fuel these street stocks. Spintana will be in a very great position. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't even think he has to really bridge this gap. Yeah, I mean, I don't really think Spintana really doesn't need to be too urgent to bridge this gap right now. But I mean, if he does, I mean, he might be able to pull away by a good bit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
That second pack is bringing the gap down a little bit, as they are taking a little bit of help from Healy.
It's about a 10th a lap, and also Trey Patton has joined this picture as well. So we'll see if this first pack here is going to be quicker with 5 drivers in it, or will it be about slower? Because, you know, at Super Speedway, like Daytona or Talladega, more drivers aren't necessarily better. As Eric Keeter blinking out, is he out of the session? No, he's not. He's back, but he's blinking pretty bad right now, and that's not helping Peter Spintana at all.
Peter Spintana just not enough help. I think if maybe 2 or 3 other drivers came down with him to take tires, and they got together, I think they could probably start making some time up. But the fact is, Spintana, he goes on tires, so he is pulling. I think he does get a little slight advantage from the rest of the other drivers, but the other drivers, they're not recouping that energy, that kind of the draft energy, the run, to stay on Smetana's bumper to push him forward. They're just kind of getting just close enough to maybe get a slight push forward. And I think that's what's hurting Smetana. It's not really helping much at all with those fresh tires because he's the only one on them.
Yeah, I think so too. I think also I don't know if he had enough green flag laps from the really matter, as the lap times have gone a little bit quicker these past few laps, but I think it might be because of that lower fuel load. As you've seen almost the 101s right now here.
However, I think if these guys don't have to pit within 10 laps, I think Smetana is going to win this race off the fact that he has not pitted. But Brady Floyd did pit. Brady Floyd pitted with Smetana on that last
I think they'll have to pit, but I mean, right now they've gone 51 laps on this single fuel. I mean, we can go on board here with one of these drivers. Are they saving fuel at all? Maybe make this last a little bit longer. Go on board with Malachi Drake.
Just a little lift. Can't really hard saving this thing.
That's not saving at all. Here's Smetana obviously leading this pack here. I don't think he's saving at all either.
He's flat out. He's just trying to push as hard as he can right now. Especially, but I think max these drivers will be able to go with 60 laps. There's no way they can go any longer than that.
We still have a long ways to go. We still have 30 laps, which doesn't seem like a long ways, but it's 30 minutes of actual time. So we still have a lot of racing left. A lot of mistakes could happen. And Alex Beach now pit lane now as well.
So he's been by himself for a bit, as he was helping Smetana for a while.
Another driver down pit lane behind. Maybe that is.
It's Emilio Poplowski. Poplowski's been battling, trying to get back on the lead lap. Finally got back on the lead lap. A little bit farther back. He's gonna have to go for a yellow to get back on the to get back in this battle.
When will our front runners come out pit lane? We haven't seen anyone have too big of pit road issues, but they haven't really been in the pack this big. Obviously, only a 4-car pack, but they still haven't been in the pack this big. But this speed, obviously, in the pack, you could be a little bit quicker than you would by yourself.
You know, it's Smetana. He's starting to separate away from Cargianletti and Shawala.
Alex Beach still in pit lane here. A little longer pit stop than Brady Floyd. Floyd, remember, he had a short pit stop right there as well. It's only 27 seconds. So he could maybe come out of this a little bit better than maybe most people, but he's still really slow. With this full tank of fuel, you're way slower than you are with way less gallons. So Garrett's consistently doing the low 102s. Brady Floyd by himself 103.7. That's with pretty much not full tank fuel.
Actually, Tawala fell way off the back of Cargianletti and Eric Heater, and now Eric Heater and Peter Smetana back to a 2-car tandem. They will try and chase down this top 5.
And they have been.
So off of turn 4, here they come. Everyone gonna come down pit road. The entire lead pack. They all gonna make it locked up from.
I think it might be speeding for a few of them, possibly, as everyone coming down pit lane.
Everyone is safe.
Eric Heater behind them as well. Peter Smetana staying out. How long can that driver stay out here?
It's gonna be tough. He does have Cargianletti.
And also the race off pit lane as well.
He does have Cargianletti, but Cargianletti will be having to pit as well. But there goes the whole pack, and you saw a lot of lockups there. Everyone is able to make it down just in time.
The top two overshoot. The top two overshoot their pit stall. That's a massive difference.
That's a huge loss. As you just saw the gap between Corey Rexford and Malachi Drake, their tires there. You just saw it's about a 3-second difference. Maybe about a second and a half, but that's gonna be big on pit road here.
Yeah, as Jack's dropped, they're still in pit lane.
Fuel. Who needs to take the least amount of fuel here on pit road? That's the question. The new leader, Peter Smetana, coming down the front straightaway. So these drivers will lose a lap. These drivers do lose a lap based on just trying to wait for fuel.
As Peter Smetana actually might be quicker by himself with this low fuel.
As there goes Smetana, he is by. These drivers are 1 lap down, so that's how long these guys have to wait for fuel.
And Brady Floyd.
And that makes it interesting because Brady Floyd did not.
He pitted. He took way less fuel. He's gonna be out in front. Wow.
So, I think that shows you though, Brady Floyd. I don't think that was necessarily a pit to make it to the end. I think that was a pit to try and just a call for help to try and get in the pack.
There goes Drake and a bunch of other drivers still in pit lane. awaiting.
So Drake takes the least amount of fuel. And that's what we showed. That's what we mentioned earlier. How much fuel do you have to take? That's going to be big because now, look, Cooper Mathias and Malachi Drake, they're by themselves. They got way out in front. As that's going to be a two-car tandem only. As now Corey Rexford and Brennan Eugenio, they're a little separated. And Eric Heater by himself, so that might be. This is going to be interesting.
It looks like Cooper and Malachi, they had a 6-second slower pit stop than the rest of the field. So did they take that much less fuel? 6 seconds. And remember, Malachi Drake overshot his pit stall as well. So he took a very, very way less fuel, looks like.
And we'll see also as well, did anyone underfuel the car? Because no one's waiting to fill it up all the way. They're going to just, especially they know street stocks take for a while. They're going to fill it up as to the minimum amount they need. So, I mean, that's the question. So. Anyone they also maybe slightly underfuel the car, misjudging it. That might also be a possibility as well.
There's also an interesting thing here. The top two still staying out as of now. Aaron Benson in pit lane. But Brady Floyd, I think, I mean, that's a lot less fuel than everyone else. Almost a minute.
And there goes Karjan Luddy down pit road as he pits from seconds.
Also, he could be a race leader coming off of this, or at least cycle out to the race lead, because he had that draft. He had the lower fuel for about 3 or 4 more laps, which that's about maybe 2.5 seconds. We'll see what happens here on pit road.
Yeah, Karjan Luddy, he is a lap in front. Keep that in mind. Everyone that just came down pit road, they did lose a lap. That's how long you have to wait to fuel here. That could be big because Peter Spatana does not need that much fuel at all. He does not have to wait at all to get down pit road.
Oh, wow.
This could be very huge for Peter Spatana. This could work out even if he's by himself. The fact that he does not have to wait nearly that long on fuel is going to be a huge advantage.
Yeah, I would assume so, but I think his only challenger might be Brady Floyd.
I don't even think Brady Floyd, and Brady Floyd's still a lap down. I don't think Brady Floyd fueled it enough. That just seems way too short of a pit stop.
27 seconds. I don't know how many gallons that would be, but right now, Cooper Matheson and Malachi Drake, the only drivers who pitted that are together right now. Corey Rexford and Eric Heater getting close together here.
Yeah, a lot of single cars now. It's just who has the better tires to fight out now. The issue now. We do have a car stopped on pit entry. I believe they have a race set now. But there goes Brady Floyd. Here comes Cooper Mathias off turn number 4. Karjan Luddy still on the pit road, still waiting to fuel. He's going now.
I don't think, it won't be enough.
He's gonna get out. He's got a long way on pit road though to get back up.
We'll see. He's got the. It's gonna be close, I think. It doesn't take that long to get up to speed here in the street stock, but they're gonna go by pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're gonna get by pretty quickly. But this could help Brennan Eugenio. If he actually might tag along here with Eugenio. This actually could be big for Eugenio, as he'll be able to get there with Karjan Luddy, pull away. It's off of turn number 2. Here comes Eugenio now. Virginia with a 15-mile-per-hour advantage right now, but I don't know if he will close that gap quick enough. I don't think that's going to be quick enough. It's just Malachi Drake and Cooper Mathias. They are to work together. Yeah,
they had a really, really quick pit stop. I mean, I assume these drivers have auto fuel on, so they would know how long they can, or how much fuel to take. So, I don't know. It's just a very long pit stop there. And almost 7 seconds longer than pretty much everyone else.
Yeah, but that extra gallon auto fuel might overfuel on for a green white checker. That could be a lot of time. So see how that plays out. But it is Smetana all by himself, a 27-second lead over Hunter Winkler. Hunter Winkler was left out to drive pretty much. He was just in his own little pack. Not really much he could do. He just got shuffled out and I think he was pretty much in that tail end of the last pack, all by himself right now as well. So he's not 17 machine. He's had some couple incidents tonight. Yeah, but Hunter Winkler, he's had some technical problems as well. But now he's sitting in second, 27 seconds out of the lead. We saw Smetana in the LRN Freedom 500 with a crazy fuel save. Can he do it again? He's got a lap to do it. He's got a whole lap to give up to save as much as he needs. As we think he might be probably 5 laps short.
No, I mean he's been green the whole time, so I'd assume it's probably more so 10 laps short.
We'll see how close he is, because I mean he does have like a minute and a half to give up. He's got like 90 seconds he can give up to the rest of this field right now.
Floyd, not even Cooper. Yeah,
Cooper Matthias, but now the good news. Well, actually, whoa, wait a minute. Karjan Luddy is actually disconnected. So he just looks like he kind of just gave up.
He could have maybe finished in the top 5 position if he.
They got top 5. Walked away with some prize money. I don't know about that decision, but Brendan Argenio now sits in 3rd, all in lonesome again. Far out of Malachi Drake and Cooper Matthias. But I mean, Argenio though last time by was faster than Drake and Matthias. But now, interesting, Drake has fallen off the back bumper of Matthias. I think maybe something possibly may happen.
Maybe just fuel saving here. That I think they may have underfueled the car.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's what I mentioned. I think he underfueled the car. I think he tried to save the time on pit road.
I mean, a 7-second faster pit stop doesn't just happen by accident.
I think that was the call. This could be a very big brain move in a way, a very smart move, because I think that was smart, because you know how long it takes to save on pit road, and it's full throttle. So if you just lift a little bit, that's gonna stack up a lot on how much fuel saving. And we also know Malachi Drake, no stranger to fuel saving as well. This could be big. Maybe that's Argenio. Maybe that's why Argenio's really faster. This last time by, it was actually kind of even with Drake and Matthias. So, but Drake is laying off the back of Matthias a lot. I didn't really see anything that would give him away. He just kind of started to fall off the back. Now Drake runs faster there. Argenio faster as well, so faster than Matthias, but slower than Drake. The gap is about the short shoot, so it is a pretty big gap, but it is going to go to Cooper Matthias and Malachi Drake right now. If we stay green, Matthias almost gets on the wall.
And the last thing these drivers want is a caution. I mean,
a caution won't really help them.
No,
a caution won't help them. They have to take the wave around. Everyone's a lap down except Smetana and Winkler.
Yeah, but they would have to. I think they both have to. Winkler and Smetana have to pit anyway. So.
Question is, Smetana, he does not have to take nearly as much fuel.
But maybe he
might still be able to stay out in front.
Maybe. I mean, wait a bit. No, he won't be on the. He won't stay on the lead lap, or he won't keep everyone a lap down. But. Yeah, he'll be able to stay in front still, but 18 laps to go. Anything can happen. We have a few drivers here. Noah Benson, Aaron Benson, close together here.
Brady Floyd here. He's been a little off the pace, about a half second slower than Drake. And
yeah, maybe he's saving fuel behind this lap car.
He may underfuel a lot too to try and save as much as possible. We saw a lot of fuel strategy. We did not think fuel strategy would play out and be a factor, but this might play out just exactly that way. Trying to save off of Michael Potts, but Brady Floyd currently the provisional leader, as we think, if Smetana cannot make it. Smetana's lap times do not look like he is saving. Smetana's actually running faster than Matthias and Drake right now. Oh yeah, there's some smoke at turn 3. Oh, looks like, Emilio Poplawski spun around in turn 3.
What cost
He got really sideways. He saved it, but he is back rolling.
Just by himself, it looks like. Oh, clip. Just went a little too wide. Maybe in the marbles there. As the track has been raced on for 64 laps by 20 plus drivers. Obviously, some marbles going to be a factor as well. Lap traffic as well going to be a big part in tonight's race.
We could also see a caution. I mean, if some drivers get racy, here it is. Peter Smetana's in a battle here some lap machines, if some of these drivers make a little bit of contact, someone goes around, I mean, that could easily cause a yellow. Estrella, he's now 2 laps down. He's with Spatana, as he's really far off the back of Heater now. As Eric Heater does have Corey Rexford now to work with.
It looks like Winkler down pit lane.
So I don't want to go down pit road from second. And the good news is now Rexford and Heater, they're now pushing pretty hard. They're running a lot fast. They're running pretty fast.
Yeah.
As now Malachi Drake and Matthias, I think their hands were forced. They're running about a tenth slower than Rexford and Heater. Heater and Rexford running 102.7s. Matthias and Drake running about 102.8s. Running Argenio running 102.8s as well. Argenio just trying to close the gap in. He's just trying to be smooth. He just has to be smooth to try to pull away. He's going to hope these drivers get battling. And if Peter Spatana, when he pits, he's going to have to pit. When he comes down pit road, I mean, it is...
I would say no fuel only, no tires, probably for him. As the whole field 1 lap down, Peter Spatana, I mean, man. What a story for him at Indy here with 15 laps to go if he hangs on and wins this race. Hunter Winkler still in the pit lane as he's getting passed over Brady Floyd. Floyd currently second, so still a lap down. So I think he'll still be in second place once Pierce Montana comes out pit lane. Depends on how long this pit stop is here for that 25 machine. Let's take
leading a lot of laps so far.
Yeah. Let's take a quick look at our top 5 positions gains. Most positions gained throughout the field. Brady Floyd up 18, Cooper Matthias up 16th, Jason Young up 12, Emilio Westguy up 12, and Eric Heater up 11 currently as it stands right now.
Hunter Winkler coming off pit road very slow. As Brady Floyd still sitting in 3rd. He's actually still out behind Hunter Winkler?
No, he's in 2nd right now.
No, he's in front of Hunter Winkler.
Across the line.
So Brady Floyd, he's got help from Michael Potts as Brady Floyd has pitted. Now the question is that going to be enough fuel? He had a really short stop compared to
27-second pit stop for him. So I maybe just banking on a caution, hoping on a caution. But I mean, 14 laps to go. He's been able to stretch this thing out for 18 laps right now, currently.
And unless he's on a different strategy kind of here, maybe, possibly. I'm not necessarily sure. Maybe fuel drips slower? Fuel's a little... I don't think it does. Maybe fuel slower while taking tires? I don't think Brady Floyd took tires.
No, he did not. So yeah, I mean, it could be slower, but we'll see, though. As Peter Spatana entering turn 1 here with 13 laps to go, can he make this happen in Indy?
Matthias and Drake still faster than Argenio. Rexford and Heater also slower than those two as well. So I mean, it's kind of just a standstill between the rest of those packs. I mean, it's just I don't think they don't have enough time to catch. Question is there a caution? Is Spatana going to be good on fuel? That's the question. He now has a lap and a half lead over Brady Floyd still. The lap times are pretty much similar between everybody. Brady Floyd is slowest out of everybody up in this top 5. I think Brady Floyd's trying to save. I think that's really why it's so slow. I think he underfueled a lot, just trying to hope for the save and save the fuel off the pit road. I think that was the call, and I think that's just just because this car fuels so slowly. I think that might end up being the better strategy. It's just underfueling it intentionally, and then trying to save as much as you can on the racetrack in the draft.
Yeah, I think it's easier to underfuel here and save than it is to overfuel and be way further back. But at this rate, though, the drivers behind will catch him. Malachi Drake, Cooper Mathis they will catch Brady Floyd at this pace. So there still could be a battle for second here late, depending on how long Peter Spatana's pit stop is. And I assume he'd be coming out pit lane very, very soon. Because he's been green this whole run. All 47 laps he's been out there, we've been green pretty much. how long can you go on fuel?
Yeah, right now everyone's a lap down because we're waiting on Smetana. Can he make it? I mean, don't think he will. He's going to be pretty
I
short.
just don't see how it's possible. Almost 50 laps on this tank of fuel.
So he probably only has about 5 laps of fuel most, and
At
he's
most,
not saved at all. So I mean, and everybody else, they win about 55 laps. They had cautions to save their fuel, and I'm not sure how well they saved during the draft at all. But I think Peter Smetana, he'll no doubt have to pit. The question is, he doesn't need much fuel at all. He needs barely any fuel, so I don't think he's going to have to sit on pit road for nearly a lap like everybody else did.
I think maybe half a lap, but I think most of the fuel will get their lap back, but they'll still be a half a lap behind. Most likely.
He's got the game in hand. He's got the race in hand right now. I think it's his race to lose. I don't think he's gonna have to sit on pit road for that long.
It looks like maybe coming down pit lane, go pretty low. No, we'll stay out another lap. 10 laps to go. He's still not pitted. But about for second though, raging on. They're slowly catching up to Brady Floyd right now. If Floyd can make it on fuel.
Floyd's another question if he can make it. He's now got in front of Michael Potts to try and get a little bit of battle there. Brady Floyd still holds on to second. Matthias and Drake running 102.9s. Argenio with a 102.85. So pretty much only a half a tenth faster. Rexford and Heater about a tenth faster, but they are so far back. They're going to have to hope for a caution. They're going to have to hope for something to go wrong if they want a chance. And as soon as I say that, Chala and the Bensons, they almost got in a little bit of contact off of turn number 2, off of turn number 1. As I just happened to look over there in turn number 1. That was interesting there. That almost caused the yellow. But just something like that. That could make a big problem right now.
Benson on the inside and just on the outside wall and.
Smetana down pit road. Peter Smetana now makes his way down the pit road. He'll get it down to 55 miles per hour.
Good.
Nice and smooth on pit road.
How
now,
long is
where
his
will
pit
he
stop?
come out compared to Drake, Matthias, Floyd, Argenio, Rexford, Heater? Where will he cycle to?
Just going down pit lane is about 40 or so seconds, 35, 40 seconds. So that's just driving down pit lane. Making your stop though. Probably an extra 20 to 30 seconds, I would assume. I don't know how much fuel he needs, though, for 9 laps. Probably 2 or 3 gallons, if I had to assume, maybe? I don't know. As he's taking tires.
So that will be at least a 22-second pit stop for
maybe
Peter Smetana.
right sides only? We'll see, though.
That will be 4, so I think he does have to take a while on pit road
wow.
here.
That could
so maybe it is a little bit longer than what we think, but Floyd now unlapped himself, 53 seconds.
He's just coming through turn 2, off of turn 2. Everyone else.
Smetana is now on the tires. He's now waiting on fuel. Now, how long is he have to wait on fuel? That's the question.
Currently 35 seconds in the box.
Meanwhile, Malachi Drake and
there he goes. There he goes.
Yeah, not even a chance.
40
Smetana
seconds
with the amazing fuel call. A pit stop on lap 20 is going to give him. He doesn't have to take nearly as much fuel as anybody else on the track.
Yeah, about 30 seconds less.
30 seconds out in front.
Man, what a call that was. 9 laps to go now. You're at Indianapolis. Top 8 on the lead lap. Make it top 9 here, maybe. And also Benson, they're going to be fighting for the lead lap lucky dog spot here. So this could be a little sketchy once now we're under 10 laps to go. So those 2 drivers they're still in contention. If there's a caution and they're in lucky dog position, they still have a chance in this race. And they're working well together as well. And also they probably have a little bit fresher tires there. Actually, Smetana also just paid for tires, but he's got a little cold tires here from the get-go. But he also has some drafting help as well. As Malachi Jake's side by side for 3rd, I believe. And yes, he is.
These drivers just racing for the extra prize money and podium spots. As no doubt, as long as it stays green, Smetana is going to have this race won.
As you can see, the intervals on the right side, the gaps there in those drivers.
And the bad news for the rest of the field, Spatana came out in the back. He's in a 4-car tandem currently right now, so that's the unfortunate part for the rest of the back. But everyone else still trying to battle it out between each other now. It's now going to be between Eric Heater, Corey Rexford for that 6th place spot, Argenio just all by himself, all is lonesome. And P number 5, it's Matthias and Drake battling for the top 3. And Brady Floyd might have an opportunity to make it. We'll see if he can make it, but we'll see if that battle for second holds on. Pretty much everyone else hoping for a yellow at this point.
Yeah, the battle for 3rd and 4th is between pretty much $5. So the biggest jump is from 1st to 2nd. Obviously, that's $20 difference, but still $5 difference. I could buy you an extra, what, $25? That's about maybe 2 cars here in iRacing, give or take. Some taxes, but definitely worth it though. 3rd and 4th, but yeah, like you mentioned, I think Brady Floyd, the biggest story right now. They're still gaining on him though. He's by himself. They're only 5 seconds back. A pack of 3, so they could maybe catch up to that 41 machine here late. And he might be going fuel right now, actually. As they're side by side here, this is for position 9th, 10th, and 11th. This is for lucky dog position, actually, right here. Coming to 6 laps to go. Right behind our race
Dylan
leader.
Birchfield, Noah Benson, Aaron Benson, they are battling hard together. This is for that top 9 spot. My question is, these drivers, if they can collect the Frito Spatana, how hard are they going to fight? Because if they get in front of Spatana, that's the lead lap.
And yeah, and they have a caution.
If they make a contact, make a caution, cause a caution. Not to mention, they're also getting Trey Patton, I believe, as well. Just not too far out in front.
5.5 laps to go. I would assume Benson, with those drivers working together, they'll try to make a move here, maybe in the turn number 3. Looks like one of them will. The other will follow. Spantani, he's got block.
Oh, he's gonna throw block.
Wow.
This
is interesting.
This is
here.
gonna get a little dicey. I mean, if Spatana, I'll just drop out of this pack. I don't need to be a part of this. If I'm Spatana, I am 26 seconds out in front. I do not need a single part of this battle.
Yeah, because all it takes is one little shove and this whole race is
we've seen that. We've seen that multiple times tonight. One wrong shove off a corner, one wrong push, sends you around, caution comes out, everyone reacts. So it's not what you want to do, but 5 to go. It's got 20 miles left to battle. 20 miles left to lead. Almost gets into Birchfield. As he does fall behind 2 of them.
Maybe Spantana's...
Birchfield now will be the lucky caution.
Cooper Matheson around here as caution with 5 to go. As I think that's off of turn number 3 there. As that's our 5th caution night here with 5 laps to go on lap 76. So we'll see what happened. What brought out this caution with that 35 machine?
Cooper Matthias contact with Robert Healy.
I just lost it.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The Cooper Matthias out of tonight's race, possibly. As well, surprisingly. No, it looks like he's in pit lane quickly, so we'll see. Let's go on board here with this 35 machine.
Looks like he's getting pushed into the corner. He's on edge already. He gets a little tap and tries to save it, and he gets hit again. So
I'm not sure if he was getting pushed there. On edge the whole time.
Now that fuel strategy, that played out. Yeah, he's very sideways. Looks like he got loose on the entry.
Also, I don't believe he took tires during his pit stop.
That may be, yeah. That,
so,
yeah, good
I mean,
point there.
He didn't have
he
tires
just lost
for
it. He was trying to. He was turning
laps.
right the whole corner. He was trying to save that. He just, for some reason, got super loose going into that corner.
It's gonna rack it back up.
He does disconnect till he's done. Robert Healy is running with damage as Healy is a lap down. So now everyone will come back together. Now Dylan Birchfield will get the lucky dog. He will still be in a fight for this. We're going to have 10 cars in the lead lap.
Yeah, 3 green light checkers as well. And we also have an hour and a half just in case. But Pierce Montana down pit lane, not what you want to see. Probably taking tires. Brady Floyd, what? I mean, just talk about strategy call from him there. Wow. Most of the field coming down pit lane, probably to take tires, and everything's all good there. Yeah.
Tires gonna be the big factor here, and that just unfortunate for Spatana. He won the Freedom 500.
Right side's only, I believe, there for the 25 machine.
Spatana, he had that race won, no doubt. That definitely has to hurt for Spatana, but Argenio, interesting strategy. He will stay out.
I mean, he did take tires. He's got fresh, hot tires already. Let's go. Gonna suck for the drivers behind trying to get their laps back here.
So it'll be Argenio. Hunter Winkler stays out. Aaron Benson stays out as well. This is going to shake up the pack a lot, and this is going to be...
Looks like it'll be a green white checkered as well. So first green white checkered attempt of
this will be a green white checkered as we'll come to 1 to green. And now this is how you're gonna fight it. I mean, it happens. Caution comes out late. Now you have to fight out the pack. You have to play. You have to make the right move. You have to work with the right person to come out the Brickyard Bash champion. Almost a 55 lap green flag run there. Caution comes out with under 5 to go. And now Argenio will take the 1 to go signal. He will restart in P number 1. Chala and Potts will take the wave around.
Yep, so three cars, Jason Young, Robert Healy. I think those two will be fighting for the lucky dog position. And like you mentioned, 11 cars on the lap. Michael Potts, he should be able to catch back up to his main pack once he gets around here. But it's going to be tough, though. I mean, even going at full throttle, its pace speed 70 miles per hour. So you just barely catch up to the main pack if you're going fast enough. One drive around as well. Trey Patton getting his laps back as well due to his internet issues.
So now it brings it down to a now it brings it down. It was Peter Spatano all by himself, had no question he was gonna win that race. Now it brings it down to a 11 car showdown. Depending on if Michael Potts can make his way back around. He's out of turn number 2 right now, so I don't know if he'll make it back, but it'll be a 10 car showdown. Dalen Birchfield will start from the back. He'll have to work his way from 10. He's got 5 miles to do it. With Brendan Argenio staying out, Hunter Winkler, Aaron Benson, all staying out on older tires. That may be a disadvantage, may not. Peter Spatano on 2. Brady Floyd in 5th. Irish Space Car will take the hard left turn on the pit road. 5 miles to the side. Who will win the second annual Brickyard Bash? Overtime attempt number 1. We're underway. 2 to go from the Brickyard. Bad start for Hunter Winkler.
He has to do through the gears. A little contact there on the entry of turn 1. Looks like Aaron Benson.
The caution is out. Caution comes out. Not sure for what. That was way out of the way. Oh, it looks like Winkler stopped. Looks like he had another technical problem. He stopped on the racetrack.
I mean, as that's going to give one green checker the way there.
That's gonna help Brendan Eugenio big time, because now it's gonna allow them to cool the tires, same with Aaron Benson. That's gonna allow them.
Should allow them to cool down those tires, like you mentioned, a little bit longer as well.
Those drivers are working their way back to pit road. Well, not back to pit road, apologies. Back to the pace car. That is a long way around. See, once the drivers get caught back up, settled out, we'll see who we can bring down to the booth. Looks like Winkler ended up disconnecting through packet loss, so looks like that technical issue has exacerbated and made it worse to where he cannot no longer stay in the session.
Yeah.
So Patton apparently got his laps back, got DQ for getting his laps back on a yellow. Interesting, I don't know. That usually never results in DQ. Brendan Eugenio comes down pit road.
Wow, interesting.
Interesting. Benson will come down. Oh, fuel. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
They have to come down and take fuel, but the good news is, it's a good thing for Eugenio. 4 others have to do it too. So he will restart in 5th. So that's still not ideal, but I mean, it is a much workable position from 10. Another question is, Malachi Drake, Corey Rexford, are they going to be good on fuel if they go one more caution? That's. This fuel mileage comes down to some unfortunate green-white checkered, a second green-white checkered that does virtually end this way, but it'll be Malachi Drake will inherit the race lead. Actually, no, it will be Peter Spatana. It looks like there may be Malachi Drake did lead that lap, but I think they are a little unsorted right now. Sure. So I'll tell you right now, it looks like it'll be Peter Spatana, Brady Floyd. I think we should bring in that 31 machine of Brady Floyd.
Yeah.
So Brady Floyd, welcome to the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So Brady, you've had an up and down race. You got cycled out of the lead pack very early on. As we know, you are a very super speedway kind of guy with Daytona, Talladega, and the NASCAR. But now here you are in street stocks at Indy. It's been a tough race so far, and now you find yourself in the second place spot here on the second green-white checkered. What's going through your head right now?
Well, like you said, kind of up and downs. I didn't know that I was doing this race until the very last second, so I didn't do any practice. So it was just kind of starting in the back, feeling everything out. Got involved in all 3 of the first incidents, and so had to pit for damage repair every time. Didn't want to burn a fast repair with the way things were going. And just found myself in a really good spot on fuel. Was making sure I was coming down to top off and gonna go green there all the way to the end. I thought I was gonna be in P1. Didn't realize the 25 was on my same strategy, so it ended up being would have been P2. And then we just got people that go 75 laps green and then forget how to drive. So unfortunate. Probably looking good on that last green-white checkered. I think I'm looking good on fuel, so we'll see what we can do from P2 here. But I'd be shocked if someone other than the 25 wins now.
All right, well, you're working your way from second. Kind of, what's your game plan here? Who do you got to work with?
Whoever's available. I think I've got a lot of friendly faces up here behind the 25, so I mean, they're all hungry for the win too. It's not going to be like just push me to it, but we'll see what ends up happening.
All right, once again, good luck here on this hopefully final green-white check, and we'll see you later.
Peace.
That is Brady Floyd, our second place, currently running in second. It'll be Peter Spatana, Brady Floyd. Those two were the best on fuel. As now we answered that by how Brady Floyd was so short, he was doing the same thing as Peter Spatana, just kept topping off. Didn't have to take nearly as much fuel, but the thing is with Brady Floyd, he was just so far out of the pack. That's the reason why that happened. He just got so far back. So if Brady Floyd was in that lead back, we could have had a battle between Spatana and Floyd for the win, but now we do. Well, now we do, but Underground checked with 8 other cars in the battle as well. So now we do have 10 cars in the battle for the win. All of them will fight as hard as they can for a second opportunity at an overtime finish. Fernando Genio, he's been up front all night long pretty much as well. He'll start in P number 8 as he had to come down pit road. A couple of us behind him as well. How will this play out? With 5 miles to go, 2 laps left here in the Brickyard. Will we out or will we do it one more time? Pace car's off.
Pace car is off, and here we go.
Into the restart zone. Good. I don't know. Maybe not a great launch for Peter Spatana. Very even, side by side. Now Spatana, he will have the shorter distance. Now the question is in the back. How cooperative will people be in towards the back of the pack? Will they push up to their lane forward? Will they try to make a 3-wide move? That's the question. Off of turn number 1. Everyone slots in line. Try to single file out maybe for a few of the back. Now Eric Keeter, we've seen him in a similar position last year. Can he pull it off again? Work his magic. Is now Brady Floyd way up the racetrack off of turn number 2. That's going to get the advantage to the bottom. Here comes Draco, good shove to the inside. Here comes Eric Keeter. Will he make it 3 wide like he did a year ago? Down the back straightaway, the top 3 pretty much on the bottom, all gonna clear, not enough. Peter will not clear. It will be between Malachi Drake, Peter Spatana, older tires, colder tires, getting up to speed. Everyone slides to turn number 3. Malachi Drake looks to the outside. He's gonna dive back to the bottom of the inside of Peter Spatana. Not gonna do it. Single file out for the top 4 off of turn number 4. The top 4 single file, we're coming to the white flag. The yard of bricks, 2.5 miles to go. Some contact for that back. We make it to the white. Argenio got way out of the line there off of turn number 4. Not going to be enough. He shuffled all the way back. Eric Heater to the top lane. Spatana will block. Floyd trying to help Peter. Aaron Benson, he jumps to the top lane. Side by side for second. Spatana leads. Can he throw the blocks enough to hold on? Yeah, Peter Spatana out in front. Can he hold on for 2 more corners after this one? Long back straightaway though. Here they come off of turn 2. A long back straightaway. No aggressive moves just yet. Who has the better tandem? Is it Spatana? Is it Drake? But a big block from Peter Spatana. Drake will Adrian block. Drake gets turned down the back straightaway. Hard crash into turn number 3. It'll be Spatana Eater. They're now single file through turn number 3. Can Floyd can he get enough of a run? Will he jump to the bottom? Eric Heater. He tries to look through the short chute into turn number 4. Peter Spatana off the racetrack. Eric Heater looking to back up his Brickyard Bash win from a year ago. Down the front straightaway. The long stretch to the wall. Through the brakes. A big punch from Eric Heater. Barrett Benson to Brady Floyd. A big wiggle. Side by side to the line. It's Brady Floyd at the line. What a win. What a shove. What an opportunity. Brady Floyd at the line. Scored first by iRacing. Her ticker a little messed up. 5 thousandths of a second. Brady Floyd wins the Brickyard Bash. Unreal finish there. It says he's second, but he is our race winner. Wow. What a move. What a move. We have to take a look at that one back over. Oh my goodness. He had just enough of a shove from Aaron Benson to shove him forward. And a lot of blocks. Everyone wobbling. Just wow. Wow. I mean, what a battle. Brady Floyd looking to come burn it down now. You heard him in the interview just before. Wasn't sure if he was running this race as well. And he just walked away with $50 as well and a Brickyard Bash winner. Just unreal. Just that whole last lap. Obviously, we had a wreck in the back. We didn't really get to see it much. I think Drake and Rexford turned around there, but oh man, the top 4 under a tenth and a half pretty much between those top 4 drivers. They put on a show those last 2 laps. And you'll burn it down on the front straightaway. Just amazing run from Eric Heater. From Brady Floyd and Eric Heater as well. Trying to fight through that, just comes up a 10th short off of Peter Spatana. But Brady Floyd, just enough push to get across the line. Just what a crazy run there.
Yeah, we'll take a look right there. I mean, we kind of saw on the chopper camera, not from the TV camera, but that just last lap pretty much. Floyd, Drake, I think he got spun around there from Rexford, so that kind of opened the door there for Brady Floyd to take advantage there. See that from this camera angle, what's going on there? As there was just contact as Pierce Montana had a kind of a late block there up the racetrack just early enough, but that low contact kind of caused a little calamity further on back. Drake was
He got tagged by Rexford there.
Yeah.
And then Heater, this is where it gets crazy. Heater almost had the nose to the inside of Spatana. Then Brady Floyd gets a big shove here from Aaron Benson off of turn 4. As they all slide wide, Brady Floyd seems to make the least sliding. As now Eric Heater, he tries to make the run. He dives under Spatana. The block's being thrown. The top lane, Spatana throws a huge block. Gets really upset. A little contact with Floyd and Heater. They make enough, but this just the huge slide from Spatana killed his momentum just enough for Brady Floyd to sneak the win away. Just a beautiful, just over block there for Peter Spatana. Just a little contact from Heater and Floyd barely takes it away. And just, wow.
Yeah, just unreal. Just unreal there from Brady Floyd. As he's parked here on the brakes. Wow. As we'll take a quick break and we'll speak to our top 5 finishers, or as many as we can at least, here in a few moments' time.
Hello and welcome back to the virtual Indianapolis Motor Speedway. An absolutely thriller of a finish. We saw late race yellow bring out a overtime finish. An absolutely thriller. 0.05 of a second. Brady Floyd wins the second annual Brickyard Bash. Peter Spatana over Peter Spatana. Eric Heater battling out there. Almost had a chance to get third. Almost had a chance to go back to back. He did not. He finishes in P number 3. Our 4th and 5th place drivers are not here in the Discord or in the waiting room. So we'll bring in our previous winner and now our 3rd place finisher tonight of Eric Heater. A crazy battle. Not the greatest qualifying hope. Had a technical problem in qualifying. And to fight your way through the field. Just kind of walk us through that finish. Really, just trying to almost go back to back.
Yeah, I wanted it bad there. Just the air bubble. It was so strong. Peter made a lot of late blocks there, and I feel like there was not much I could have done there. Every time he would start to move over, my car would slow down, basically. Just the air bubble so potent, and that was the story of the night, basically. It was just dirty air bubble and side draft in a street stock, which, I mean, I don't know, make it make sense. But yeah, I mean, it was a long green flag run there, so we had some drivers who knew what they were doing, and Peter made a great call. Fortunate with the yellow, he had it kind of taken away from him a little bit there. So I understand why he was defending that hard. I'm not, trying to say anything to take that away from him, but we're all going for the win, and sometimes it doesn't work out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for that late race yellow there. We're going on through. They had a huge long run that a lot of different fuel strategy played out. As you mentioned, we know street stocks very long to save fuel, take fuel. So kind of what was going through your head, especially once you got separated out, because we saw a lot of separation through the pack as well. It's kind of what was going through your head through the long green flag run to where pit stops came into play, fuel came into play, and then also just how to work together to try and catch the lead pack.
Yeah, I mean, for me at least, it was pretty unfortunate there. I had some engine damage and that was slowing me down, and I had to also manage the temps at the same time. So I didn't really have a choice in my strategy. I was just, putting around basically, hoping I would have draft at the right moment, and it didn't come in enough for me to stay with the lead pack. But I was, around, contention for the 5th spot. So I was just hoping that I could somehow get that. I was working with Corey after the pit stops, but it was just impossible with the air blocking, or excuse me, with the air bubble to make any headway. Just couldn't gain any time. So yeah, for me the strategy was very straightforward. I just had to pit once I was about to run out of fuel, and that's all I had. So
Overall, you had a very strong run, working your way from the pack of the pack from. Last year you did get pole and ended up backing it up with the win. But just coming into the night, you had a really strong performance tonight, and just come up a little bit short there in 3rd. But before we send off on the way, any sponsors would you like to thank for tonight's 3rd place run?
Yeah, just a big shout out for you guys putting on this event, 2nd year in a row, and I'm a little bit disappointed with how they changed the package, but I still think it was a great event, and yeah, I just want to shout out to Brady. He did a great job there. He was pushing me, and he was giving me the best shot I could have had to get close to winning there, but didn't work out for me. I'm glad he was able to get it done. Yeah, I'm all those guys who were out front driving well, especially Corey, we were working together there. Just a big shout out to all those guys who were in the BC as well. Malachi, Trey as well. Unfortunate with this issue. Yeah, that's about it. Just forward to the next LRN events, whatever they may be.
And once again, congrats on your 3rd place run. We'll see you next time here on the Legends USA Network.
Yep, thank you.
So that was our second. That was our 3rd place finisher of Eric Heater. Unfortunately, our 2nd place finisher, Peter Spatana, also already said before the race, is not unable to join, unable for an interview after, which is unfortunate. But also, also Peter Spatana, one of our other national drivers. He is from Czechia, so one of the drivers to race in is almost past midnight for him, so only blame him there. But Peter Spatana, great run there in second, coming up 5,000 short. But now we'll bring in our race winner, Brady Floyd. We talked to him just before the final green white checkered, and crazy. Brady Floyd, he pulled it off. What was going through your head there through that entire last run? I mean,
Absolutely nothing. I told them I blacked out. Yeah, wow, what a finish. I definitely did not expect to have the pace to run with some of the guys. I'm pretty thankful that I took rights, because it took us a while to get to the pace car. So I was able to take rights. I don't know if anybody else was on tires there, but I was just able to kind of rip as best I could. I mean, I was just trying to push Heater really, because he was in the outside, got up in front of me, was just trying to help him there, and then I just I thought he was going to go high off the final corner there, and he went low, and then they got to blocking, and the middle just opened up for me, I guess, and shot it. I didn't mean to check in the Heater there coming to the finish line, but just had to get low of the 25, make sure I wasn't wrecking him or getting blocked by him, and I guess I just had the overspeed because those two were dancing too much and stole one here. So yeah, feels really good. In shock.
you get it by 5,000ths of a second there, and you mentioned before your interview you had the long green flag run. You got separated out early, and it's really kind of your detriment there because you had the same strategy with Spatana, but the difference is you got cycled out a lot. Just kind of what was the tough part throughout the race, especially through that long green flag run of being separated out, having to work, trying to fight as much as you can to try and get back over the attack. What was going through your head there, and what was your strategy in doing that?
I mean, I was just trying to stay mostly single file, and they just weren't having it back there, which is, I mean, fine, but it got us separated, so it is what it is, I guess. There's not much you can do in those kind of situations when you're reliant on other people. So you just try and make the best of it. And I got turned there right before I pit under green. Thankfully, didn't bring out a yellow, and then just said, okay, well, I'm already slow. Let me come in now, and we'll see what we can do. And we did, and then we ended up here. So I guess it all works out.
Yeah, played your cards right at the very finish, able to sneak one away before we send off on the way. Any sponsors I think for tonight's race win?
Oh, yeah. All the guys at Adria Esports, of course, you guys at LRN for putting it on. Yeah, any family or friends that are watching, thank you guys for tuning in. First win in this incredible Pivo car. I will see if I can track some of those down at some point soon. For a little celebration, but yeah, just thank you to all the guys that race with us. I know some of us, I think a couple guys lagged out. It might have been Trey, and then I think Malachi got turned there at the end. So thank you to all those guys for sticking it out, and of course you guys again for putting it on.
Yeah, once again, congrats on your win here for the Brickyard Bash, and we'll see you next time on the Legendary Network.
Thanks.
So that was Brady Floyd, our Brickyard Bash champion. We'll see if he can come back next year and back it up. But now we do have our 4th and 5th place finishers of Noah Benson and Aaron Benson. So they have now made their way into the waiting room. So now we'll bring in our 5th place finisher of Noah Benson. Just battling it out there. Looks like got caught up a little bit in that final last lap incident. Kind of what was going through your head there through that final green white checkered and try and fight your way up front for the win.
Yeah, I did not expect that wreck. That was a huge one, and yeah, just trying to get back up front. Wow, I wasn't really up front all day, but I wanted to get up front with Aaron. I worked with him almost all day. I think I worked with the 31 a little bit. But yeah, that last restart was just me just trying to figure out what line worked. And yeah, I don't know, it was a very stressful last restart.
Yeah, and throughout that battle, there was a really long green flag run you had there, and you got separated out earlier on too, and just kind of what was going through that first bit, and try not to get separated out of the pack throughout that long green flag run, and how to fight your way back, and just kind of what was your reaction as well when that caution came out?
Well, my reaction when the caution came out was sort of relieved, but I was also like, I don't want a caution. I'm happy where I am, but now I'm glad I got a top 5 after that caution. And Aaron really helped a lot. I was trying to push him probably the whole race, but then I guess we were just switching back and forth. We were just alone the whole race, like you said. So, yeah.
Overall, you able to pick up a solid top 5, working with Aaron throughout that whole race there. But before you sign off on the way, any sponsors I think for tonight's 5th place run?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for putting this on, and um, just thanks to Aaron for pushing me and Benson Motorsports. And yeah, it was fun. Thank you guys.
Once again, congrats on your top 5 finish. We'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.
All right, thank you.
So was Noah Benson, our 5th place finisher, and I'll bring in Aaron Benson for our 4th place finisher. We'll bring him in as he was in that battle at the pushing Brady Floyd all the way forward in the final dash to the line. What do you think it could have differently there to maybe try and steal that win away?
Yeah, I was like in shock the whole last lap. I didn't even know I would be there, like, because they wrecked right in front of me, and that caused them all to lose their momentum. But like, I was like inches from getting taken out in that wreck as well down the back stretch. When I got through 4, I realized I did have a run, but they were like throwing blocks all crazy. I went to the right when I probably should have went to the left. But one thing I am grateful that I did is I did push the leader to the win, so I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I think what I would have done differently is head over to the left.
Yeah, you had a really great run. I mean, also as well with Noah and also Brady. You guys were just stuck in your own little pack there throughout that whole kind of long green flag run, that 55 lap green flag run that we had. So it makes it feel great for a great comeback really from that. So what was going through your head through that long green flag run? Try and fight your way back and strategize your way back up to the front.
Yeah, our only strategy was just to say the word caution like every 5 seconds to try to like make sure a caution would like come forth, and all of a sudden it did. But you know what the problem was? We almost didn't make it to the lead lap. We had just pushed each other right past the leader right when the caution came out. Otherwise, we would have been trapped a lap down. So we were like stoked that we got to be in there, the fight for the end.
Yeah, you guys definitely made it worth it as you come up 4th, pushing Brady Ford to the win and just coming up short, being in that last dash to the line. But before you send off on the way, any sponsors would you like to thank for tonight's 4th place run?
Well, I'd like to thank you guys for putting this event on, and yeah, it was just an awesome event. I had a great time. Shout out to my channel, True Apex Gaming. You can get my POV on that if you go to my channel on Twitch. Yeah, but I want to shout out to my brother because we were working together all night, and he just stayed by my side right through the pit stops, and we were able to work together through that. So, yeah, Benson Motorsports, good group we have going on, and yeah, just proud of the effort.
Once again, congrats on your 4th place run here tonight. We'll see you next time here on the Legends Racing Network.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So is Aaron Benson, our 4th place finisher here tonight. And now we finished our top 5 interviews, with the exception of Peter Spitana. Spitana, unfortunately, not able to make his interview here tonight. But now we move on, but also as well, all those top 5 walked away a little bit of prize money here tonight as well for racing in tonight's Brickyard Bash. But now we move on to our random draws. We have 2 random draws, one for the outside of top 5 random draw. We do have a pre-sign up, so if you signed up early enough, you also have another random draw. So we'll have 2 random draws here tonight. So Alan, which one you want to pick first?
Yeah, I guess we'll go with the outside the top 5, right? Is clearly so. Do it live here, no shenanigans, of course. So we'll see here. Pretty sure we got everyone, so hopefully we did. Everyone outside the top 5 who signed up, and so we'll walk away with I think it's $15, I believe.
And the outside top 5 will go to Connor Sanders, outside top 5 prize. So make sure to all reach out to Talon Drake on Discord as well if you are watching the broadcast and have race. So we'll also put a reminder there in the in Discord as well. So now we'll move on to the pre signups. So I don't believe we only have 6 of them. So 6 drivers available to win a little extra money for signing up early enough. So let's spin it.
Signed up the first, I believe, 3 weeks that the signups were open. So you who can walk home, I believe this one's only $10.
And that won't go to Peter Smetana. So kind of rubs a little bit, makes it a little bit worth it after Salt in the Moon from losing it out after all much deserved win. So Peter Smetana walks away with a little bit extra money for winning that random draw as well. So make sure if you are watching and you are winning, just make sure to reach out to Talon on Discord. We'll also send that out as well.
Yep.
But definitely a fun one here tonight from the Brickyard. Just an awesome race. We saw a lot of different fuel strategy play out. So I mean, unfortunate, it just didn't work out for Peter Spatana, but we saw an amazing thriller overtime finish there.
Yeah, probably the best. I mean, man, we've had some really, really good special events this year. Just finishes wise, obviously the Dirt, Brickyard National, Freedom 500. Obviously the Brickyard Bash.
Practice race was actually I did make that mistake at the start of the show. It is our 4th special event of the year, so we do have the plans for maybe 1 or 2 more later here in 2026. So we'll definitely hope to see everyone there. But it was definitely a fun one tonight. I mean, in Brickyard Bash, kind of a start of a new year as the first special event we had, and I mean, definitely hope we can hopefully get some more people on for next year.
Yeah, definitely just a classic, giving back to the community, and so far 4 this year. I'm not sure we'll do another one, maybe, but if not, I mean, these 4 have been. I mean, those are really good races over all 4 of them. We've really done a good job, especially the racers. I mean, they've all been pretty good races. Nothing too crazy. Fun. It's all about having fun, and also a little bit of prize money as well.
Yes, definitely very fun race here at the Brickyard. Just low-powered street stocks, just on the big 2.5-mile oval, rectangle of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was definitely fun for everybody to join here tonight. We appreciate every single one of you viewers for watching here tonight. I'm Aaron Brown, joined alongside my co-commentator and producer tonight. We shout out every driver and viewer who came out tonight, and we hope to see you all next time here on the Legends Racing Network. So long, here from Indy.